All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Open Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, John. How you doing today?
Hey, Carlos, how's it going? I'm good. You'll never guess what I woke up to this morning in my driveway.
Not more snow. This is warm today.
More snow.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting, man.
Kind of out of nowhere, yeah. So I've tried to get my list here as compiled as I can. I might be behind on a couple of these gap downers, but we'll catch up as we go through the morning here.
All right, you got it, man. No worries. We'll make it work. Speaking of our gappers list, quick look on what's going on here today. A lot of stuff in the green. Some of the stuff that we saw yesterday coming back over here, but you can see some numbers of 40, 17%, 13, then right down to this 2 between 5, 4, 6. You know, typically some of our usual suspect stuff that's been in play before. You see silver in here again, MU, SanDisk, of course. But again, typically stuff just moving around up and down this morning. And then gapping down, we got a couple of things as well. Some big numbers towards the top. We'll see what's driving that. See Lyft down 15%. Interesting. And we'll take a look at all that this morning. John, as far as U.S. economic calendar, what do we have going on for today?
Matthew was just posting in the chat that I should not forget this morning, and I didn't. I filled this in yesterday. I don't have the reported numbers because they all came out at 8:30, so give me a break. But yeah, we got the U.S. employment report forecast 55,000. I'm trying to make sense here of this website I'm looking at because it says 130,000 non-farm payroll. That's quite the big difference, isn't it? But I think that's the number I'm seeing. Unemployment rate forecast 4.4. Looks like it came in at 4.3. Hourly wages, I don't even know where that one is. But anyway, the market's liking the news, Carlos. We took off from about 693 on the SPY up to 695. That's usually what I watch to kind of get a gauge of what the response is. You can use the Qs or the SPY, but we're looking happier here. So suddenly the daily candle's looking very bullish, and who knows what the day could bring.
All right, there it is, friends. Well, we'll see what's going on here and what takes place this morning. Let's hop into our gappers list. Look at the top few that we have on deck this morning. First one leading the way up 40% this morning. MNTN is the ticker name, and this one is up 40%, 460,000 shares traded. So we do got a little bit of volume, not a whole lot. It's not a tiny flow, but it is 43 million. So anything under 50, I consider it low flow. But this one's right at 43. So again, not too bad. Lower price stock. I personally don't like the daily. I think it's doesn't have great volume, but today could be their day. Clearly last night, John, they had something going here.
Yeah, they had earnings last night, reported 43 cents per share, expectation 26 cents, revenue 87.1 million, actual 85.9. So they're looking good. And I think they guided up for the upcoming quarter or the year. So they're happy. I don't know what they do. What does Mountain do? Mountain Dew. I made it funny. Yeah, I'm not sure what this company does, but they're happy this morning.
All right, there it is. I was just searching them myself as well. It looks like advertising. I don't know. All right, not sure what they do, but they're up here this morning. I gotta find
a faster way to get the company profiles because the way I get to them is a little slow. It takes me like 3 clicks. They operate a tech platform that brings performance and marketing to connected TV, whatever that means. That sounds not like a kick-ass business these days, but there you go.
Yeah, sounds like one. It's definitely not a consumer. It looks like a back-end business-to-business type thing. So, all right, not ideal. I personally don't like the pre-market on it. I don't like the daily as much, so we'll probably leave this one alone. We can always come back to if things get better, but for the most part, does not look great. Here's Beta Technologies, which is next. Another one that's again got very little volume. Got nice big gap up of 20%. Volume in itself, only 197,000 shares traded, and the daily barely gets any volume. You can see it here, how light it is. The last couple of days, we've seen an increase to 2 million shares per day. But again, that's just not enough, right? And if you are new, here's the reason why. If you go back and you look at some of these days, they're just take 2 million, spread it all around for the entire day. I mean, it's not going to look good. The spread's not going to be pretty. The price action is going to be unreadable for what we like to see, momentum type play. So for me personally, this one is not going to work, John. I mean, I don't know what the news is, but it won't be on my list for sure.
Amazon took a 5.3% stake in this company. This is an electric aviation company that is working on planes that can take off and land vertically. One of those.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I thought we had a
So you
bunch
get
of
some.
companies working on that. I like the Amazon stuff though. Every time you put Amazon name, that can spark some interest, but I still think
I
this is not going
guess.
to
I mean,
trade
what
well
else have they
today.
put money in the electric world? They're in Rivian, right? Which is
Yes, yes.
kind of plodding along. Rivian's still alive, and then they had that delivery truck. Was that the same company, or was that also Rivian? Amazon invested in a
Yeah, it's
elect.
the Rivian trucks, the delivery trucks. I look at with the circle lights. They're all over the place here. There's
Okay, all
tons.
right.
Yeah.
Really, I haven't seen
Uh,
any. I don't live near civilization like you do, Carlos.
you sure? Rivian. I'll show you what it looks like. I mean, maybe it's not a big thing, but there. Let me see here. Rivian Amazon truck. I didn't know they were
I'm
Rivian actually into I think it was Peter, me and Peter were researching it, but we had no idea those were Rivian trucks. It's this little thing over here. But clearly the Rivian one, the Amazon one has the Amazon thing on it. But it's this truck
huh.
here. It's a very
Maybe
comfortable van to
I'm
deliver.
pretty sure. Yeah, I think we have all gas Amazon trucks up here. I'm almost positive. They pass me all the time when I'm walking my dog. They're quite loud.
Yeah. Things are 80,000. Okay. All right. I'm sure. Oh, there it is. There's the Amazon fleet. Yeah, they're all over the place here, man. They come around my house all the time. I mean, it's just crazy. Amazon delivery system is insane. Sometimes on Sunday, some guy will pull up like on a regular Chrysler minivan, open the back, not labeled, just a personal Chrysler minivan, just pull out boxes of Amazon with the scanner. I'm like, this is interesting. So they're doing all kinds of stuff. All right.
I feel bad sometimes. We get a package come to our door at like 5 in the morning, and it's
mm,
it's something so stupid. It's like a cat bed. Like, why is a human being out here bringing me this cat bed at 5 in the morning? You really don't have to do that. We could all wait until the afternoon. But yeah, it's a crazy supply chain.
yeah, it's insane, man. Definitely has changed the world for sure. All right. As far as trading this one, I like the news. I like the catalyst. I just don't think they're getting great volume, guys. Only 200,000 shares traded. That's not really going to cut it for me. So I will leave this one alone. All right, let's continue. VRT is the next one on the list here, friends. VRT. Wow, this is nice. Up 20%. But look at the volume, the way we're doing this here. 1.5 million shares traded right now. So we're cooking here for sure. This is nice. John, what's driving this today?
Earnings again. We have quite a few earnings this morning. So earnings of $1.36 per share versus 129 expected. Revenue was right on the mark, 2.88 billion expected, and that's what the outcome was. Also raised their guidance for the full year and for Q1. And that says their organic orders are up 252% on a record $15 billion backlog. Big numbers. They're doing well. This is what is this company? Something with data centers. They manufacture and service critical digital infrastructure technologies and lifecycle services for data centers.
All right.
Hardware stuff.
I like the pop here. Up 20%, 1.5. I don't think we ever looked at this before. I don't think I ever traded it, but I'm definitely loving what I'm seeing here. So I will put it on my list. I just don't know if it's going to be on a primary or not based on how it trades. So we'll put it on this I'll put it on here on the primary. I don't know if it's going to stay there, but I do like all the numbers I'm seeing here this morning. So we'll keep that on the list, and we'll see how it does in a bit here. All right, back to our list, guys. Net is next. NET, a Cloudflare is on here. We're up 13.9. We've seen this one before. It's a hit or miss on how it trades. It can trade well when tech stuff is doing what it's doing, software companies and all that. This can trade well. Today they're up for almost 14%, 479,000 shares traded. After hours looks like some action here on this one, maybe earnings.
Yep, earnings as well. Earnings of 28 cents per share. That was the expectation. Revenue 614 million versus 590 million. So there's a beat on the revenue. Let's see what else. 34% growth, record-driven AI business. They've raised guidance as well. Q1 at least. I don't know if they raised it on the year, but for the first quarter they did. And the company also disclosed this. What's a CLO? Chief Logistics Officer, maybe?
I never heard of CLO. What? People are making
I
up
don't
stuff
know.
now? CLO
It's
in
a job for
business?
everybody. But the CLO, Doug Kramer, is going to resign with Alyssa Starzak to replace him.
I can't even find this. It doesn't even come up right away what the CLO is. But
It
okay.
could be a typo. What's next to L on the keyboard? There's a K and semicolons. Sometimes I look on the keyboard and see, did they hit the wrong key right next to it?
Did the intern mess up here? CLO
Guido in the
business.
chat says it's chief legal officer. That sounds better than logistics. Yeah, chief
Oh
legal
yeah,
officer.
chief legal officer. Okay. Um, got it. I heard of general counsel, but chief legal officer. Never heard of that one. Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. We'll continue here, friends. Let's take a look here. What else? As far as net, do you like it, John? Are you gonna have this one on your list?
What's the price? $205 for share. That's the first thing I look at, which is funny. But
Yeah.
I am attracted to the pricier ones. Um, I don't know. We'll have to see because the thing is, often when you see these pricey stocks that aren't typically day traded, the spreads are not very good. So I think the
Yeah.
last one you looked at, VRT, was an expensive one as well. I think one of the ones we pulled up this morning. So it'll depend on what that spread is, and then how it's looking. But yeah, both of these are
Yep.
200 something
Yeah.
dollars. They could be quite ugly. We had, like, what did we have yesterday? Datadog and was
Yeah.
it
D Dog
Spotify?
is tough. Yeah, and Spotify's
Yeah,
another one that the
they were
spread.
both tough. They were
Yeah.
both kind of
Yep.
spready. So we'll see what those ones offer. I
Yep.
doubt the
Yep.
spreads will be small.
Yeah. VRT with the volume, we might see it better. I mean, it's 90 cents now, which is not ideal, but yeah, this can move, guys. If you're trading pre-market, very, very careful. Look at some of these candles. I mean, this is 233 all the way up to 238 on a 5 minute. Very, very careful.
Yeah.
So again, take small size and manage your risk accordingly. All right. Net, yeah, I don't love it. We'll skip it. Let's do maybe two more. See Shopify back on the list again here today. Let's do two more, and then we'll hop around a little bit, and go to see what else is happening. Maybe some more earnings that you might have on deck. John, HNGE. This looks garbage. This does not look good at all. Barely any volume, only 256,000 shares traded. They're up 12%, but I just don't think you're going to get a good turnout at the market open on this one. So not interested. 3 million shares yesterday, but before that, even less shares traded per day. So not good.
Yeah, they had earnings, good numbers. They beat on revenue, which was up 46%. Raised guidance for the upcoming year. But yeah, there's lots of earning stocks today, which will have much better volume. So why put your eggs in this basket? I probably would not.
Yeah, not gonna spend time on this one. We'll skip it. Continuing here, Shop. What is Shop doing today? So yesterday, someone, I don't think we had it on
So
the list yesterday.
yesterday was Spot, right?
Yesterday was Spot, but when we went live, somebody had mentioned Shop was doing something. I guess it started moving, and it did. Like if you look at the intraday action, right, it did get moving. So someone in chat did mention it. I actually had a great trading morning, on here. Spot was yesterday, Spotify. But today these guys are moving. They're gapping up here 10%, 1.1 million shares traded. So pre-market action this morning with a nice gap up. Another one that, again, it's not a higher price stock, but the spread could be a little funky and it doesn't trade all that clean. So I wish Shopify could trade a lot better. It does not. I think it is in play today, John. Looks like, is it earnings this morning? Let me get the earnings calendar from tradingterminal.com.
It
Friends, you can
is, yeah.
always head there.
Shopify, let's
Hmm.
see. They actually missed expectations, but reported better than expected growth, announced a $2 billion stock buyback, projecting quarterly revenue above market estimates. And yeah, it, it, yeah, so a miss, but I think, yeah, raising guidance and the stock buyback are going to overcome those things anyway.
Yeah.
I always get
Yeah.
Shopify and Spotify confused. I don't know what it is, but I filed some paperwork with the NASDAQ to have one of them change their name, but I have not heard back yet. So still
I'm
waiting.
sure they. I'm sure it's top priority for them. They just got to get around to other legal stuff to get that done for you.
Yep.
Uh, so
Waiting on the
there it is.
CLO to get to that one.
Yeah, yeah. Clearly in play, friends. I will put it down here. Let me get you guys my list at the bottom too. I will put it here on the secondary. It's just how well is it going to trade? I love the price on it. 150, 140 is reasonable. But their spread is like a stock that's like 300 with no volume, John. That's how their spread usually gets. We've seen it many, many times not trail that well. And I think part of it is because they don't get huge volume as well. I think that plays into that having not that great volatility or price action. It could have volatility, not the great price action for us to trade. So, but let's see. Today could be a difference maker with earnings. You can get extra volume this morning that can actually make it a little bit nicer. So on the secondary list for now, and there's our list. All right. What else? Let's see what else we have. Let's stop here on the gap up. John, anything you like on the gap up this morning?
Just seeing if we missed anything from the notes I took this morning. I don't think so. I think we hit some of the good ones. I saw S&DK and MU were both on there. MU's up 3.8%, S&DK is up 3.6. I don't know if that's related, and I couldn't find news necessarily there, but I was kind of rushed this morning clearing the snow, like I said, that's my big excuse. So I'm not sure, but those might be something to watch because among other tech stocks, they're clearly gapped up more, and there's probably something driving that since they're related businesses.
Yeah. Can't believe you guys snow, man. We didn't get anything down here. We got like some icicles hanging out on the cars. But other than that, it's supposed to be warm today. It's supposed to be pretty warm at 40. I think we're getting up to 40. So that should help
Yeah,
melt
same
some
here.
of the snow that we got hanging around. So let's see. All right. Let's go to the gap down, friends. Let's take a look here on MAT leading the way this morning on the gap down list. Again, this is brought to you by tradingterminal.com. You can always head over there, get the scanners, tools like the calendar as we get into earnings and other great stuff. Live simulator, replay simulator, of course, our beautiful Atlas, which is again helping us out a ton during the market open. So you can get all those tools there. All right, friends. MAT is down 30%, 2.6 million shares trade. So we got the volume going this morning. Big drop. Normally, it's another one that again, volume is important, right? For the way I trade, the VWAP breakout, the 5-minute ORB, we need volume. This is one of those stocks that barely gets any. You have a couple of days where they might get 16 million here, maybe another 10 million here, but for the most part, they're not trading very well. And look at that. Even with 16 million shares traded, look at how small. This is like a 50 cents day here. Like that's not gonna cut it for us, right? That 50 cents move, that's not gonna cut it, right? What is it? 20.50 down to 20. That's not gonna do it. So we're gapping down here today, clearly in play. Maybe a better type of action into the market open, but my hopes are very low for this to trade well.
Yeah, this is Mattel. This is the toy company. They had earnings and they weren't good. I'm trying to find what other news there is beyond the two basic numbers, but Mattel reported, let's see, earnings of 39 cents per share versus an expectation of 53 cents, revenue 1.77 billion. That's a lot of revenue for a toy company. That's pretty good. Versus 1.84 billion. So a double miss. And then on top of that, um there's all kinds of like, I don't know, it's hard to put this all together. There's all this different toy news. It's hard to make sense of it. But this is one of the weirdest earnings news I've ever read because it talks about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Thomas the Tank Engine, video games. I don't know. It's not good for toys apparently. Well, let's keep it at that.
Yeah. Not ideal for trading, so I'll leave that alone. All right, let's look at gap down. I see Unity Software is another one. I mean, this is down quite a bit today, down 28%. Now, this can trade well. We've seen it trade pretty nice in the past. They can get good volume. They can move. I think today could be one of those days. But look at this drop here, man. 30% almost. I love the volume. 9.2 million shares traded. Not looking good. John, who's getting fired here?
The CLO probably. Let's Let's blame it all on him.
COO. Yeah, now that we learned that we're gonna start using that, the COO is
Oh,
getting fired.
it's always the CLO's fault. They had earnings 5 cents per share versus 21 expected. That's not good. Revenue of 503 million versus an expectation of 490. So it's actually a beat there, but they lowered guidance. So yeah, they're going to see a weaker than expected Q1 for sure. That I don't know about the rest of the year, but that'll do you. You know, it's they certainly didn't crush it on the numbers, and then they lowered guidance. So down they go for Unity Software for now. That's a bummer. That's a big drop for anyone holding that stock.
Yeah, that is not good. I do like them for us today here, though. This is looking very nice. I am going to add it into our primary list. So you definitely going on here. Love this drop. And again, we have traded this one in the past. We have put it on our primary list, and it has done very well. So I think today's one could be one of those days as we are getting just insane volume. This is really nice. Really, really nice. All right. Continuing here, friends, let's look at Lyft. Lyft is not lifting. Lyft is doing the opposite here. It's dropping. We are down 15%, 2.1 million shares traded on Lyft. Is this a Lyft thing? How's Uber doing? Uber's not moving, so Uber's not involved in whatever Lyft has got going on. And they're down 15%, 2.1 million. Wow, look at it last night. Just not fun at all.
Yeah, they had earnings as well. Let's check their numbers real quick. Lyft reported a loss of 35 cents per share. Expectation was, is that right? It says the consensus earnings estimate was 13 cents per share, and that doesn't say a loss. So that'd be that's a big miss. If you lost 35 cents per share, expected 13. Revenue 1.5 billion, expectation 1.76, a big miss there. On top of that, active riders and total rides also came up short of estimates. Not looking good for Lyft there. Yeah, what is Uber doing?
Well, that's funny. That's that type of news you would think Uber will be affected by, but they don't care. They're doing their own thing. They're just like, hey, we're holding right here. That's your problem, Lyft. We're doing
Interesting.
okay.
Yeah, usually
Did
you think they move together.
yeah, I think did Uber have their earnings already? Did they? If Uber had their earnings and they reported already, this could explain it, right? They already had their reaction, their numbers were out, and then Lyft is just,
Yeah, they reported
getting
about a
hurt.
week ago.
Okay, that makes
I'm seeing
sense.
some wildly different numbers here on different websites though. This one website's reporting that 35-cent loss. Another is reporting 16 cents per share versus 12 expected. And the revenue is
Yeah,
different too. That these numbers are way off for these two different sites. So I'm not sure which one is true without digging into this further.
yeah,
But if it's true that the rides are down, I mean, that's the big number, right? That's like for Netflix, that's like subscribers, right? So that's your key metric is how many people are actually getting in the cars. And if that number's falling, that's not good.
yeah, yeah. Which one do you use, John? If you do take an Uber or Lyft, are you one
I
or the
rare
other?
The only time I seem to do it is when I travel, and it's mostly with BBT. But I only have the Uber app. I've never put the Lyft app on my phone simply because I've never needed it. This Uber is like the Kleenex term, right?
Yeah,
For a ride share. You think of Uber first, and so when I needed it the first time, which was a few years ago, I put Uber on my phone, and it's just always worked fine. So nothing against Lyft. I'm not anti-Lyft, but
yeah. I got both, and there's some serious discrepancy with prices, like serious. Because here if you go into the city or if you go into if I land at the airport, you got to Uber. The parking here is ridiculous. Like my brother, he says, "Oh, I'm gonna come see you for a few days." He'll leave his car in West Palm Beach and pay like $80 for a whole week. Here, it's $80 a day. So, and
wow.
if you go long-term parking, you can get $30 a day, right? It's ridiculous, right? So you take an Uber, don't worry about it and take an Uber back. But sometimes the price difference is like $30 from my house to the airport between both of them. Usually Lyft ends up being a little bit cheaper. So I do check both, and sometimes it makes sense to take one over the other at times.
Maybe it's who's willing
$30.
to lose more money. I mean, is Uber? I know this has been the story for years that Uber wasn't making money per ride; it was actually losing money. Did that flip at any point? I stopped paying attention, but did they actually
I
get to a point where they're making money per ride?
I don't know how these guys are making money, man. Just the tolls alone from my house to the airport and the turnpike is like $5, right? So you got that, you got gas, and sometimes I find a trip for like $34. I'm like, how are these guys making money? $30, you can't live off of that. So I don't know how they're doing it, man. It is crazy. Either they're abusing their drivers with how much the drivers are getting, or Uber's not making that much money. I don't know how they're doing it, but it's brutal. As far as how much they're charging for the operation there. But yeah, Uber, Lyft in play, friends. Now, are we gonna have Lyft on our list? I don't know. I don't know. John, will you be watching them?
Not likely, but very tradable. Yeah, it's not the stock I'm probably looking for today. I think I'll go for other stuff.
Mm, yeah, yeah. All right. I'm secondary, just so we can look at it again later. I again, Uber and Lyft. I don't trade these well. There's something about them. They just do not trade well for me. So not a big fan of putting them on my main list right away. All right, let's continue, friends. Let's look at our what's this? UPB, excuse me, UPB. Upstream Bio is on here. So these guys are down 25%, 1.1 million shares traded. Action started happening here around 6:30 in the morning. You can see the drop there. And again, another one that just gets very, very light volume throughout the day. Float on this one is 19 million shares flow. So on the lower side for sure. I'm not sure on this one, guys. I think there'll be a tough one to trade. Clearly in play, 1.2 million. If you guys are watching this one, let me know if anything happens, but I won't have it on my list. John, is it earnings or Upstream Bio getting?
No, it's some kind of drug news. So Upstream Bio shares are crashing despite meeting primary endpoints in their phase 2 asthma trial as sophisticated investors identify a critical flaw in the data, a dose inversion where the drug performed worse at the commercially vital extended dosing schedule. So um, that's a mouthful, but it's kind of interesting that it says sophisticated investors identified a critical flaw in the data. Like, is that really what happened? That kind of scares me that it might have taken investors to dig into this medical data to say it does in fact not work like you think it works. Uh, but that could be true. But yeah, not good news for Upstream Bio.
Here it is, friends. Welcome, Rex Len. Welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck Family, my friend. Good to have you. Enjoy the perks and everything that we have there for you as a member. And also, good luck on the funded account giveaway a little bit later today. Okay, let's take a look. Last one here, then we'll hop around a little bit. I do see some ones that are down here. Coin, I know you like that one, John. There's some other ones as well. Speaking of Coin, we got Hood and some other ones in play today. But let's look at RPD. Then we'll hop over to what else you might have on your list or any earnings that we haven't covered yet. RPD this morning, Rapid 7, down 24%, 300,000 shares traded. So you're getting a nice little drop here. Float on this one's a little bit higher, 57 million shares float. And man, they've just been selling off like, wow, really like crazy. Well, 42, and since then down to $7. So slow and steady, just continue to sell off. Today getting a little bit of a help on the sell-off here with a 24% gap down. I think the volume, another one, the volume is extremely light on the daily. That's not going to help my cause here for what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to find. John, clearly they're not doing well overall, but today they're diving even further.
Yep, they had earnings, and I actually think their numbers were okay. I'm reading some kind of a course description here that they beat on earnings of 44 cents per share and 217 million in revenue, but they guided down for fiscal year 26. So there you go. Guide up, guide down, go down.
Yeah, unfortunately. I don't like it. Volume is extremely light. I don't think that's going to trade well. So I'd rather focus my energies and attention somewhere else on this list this morning. All right, John, let's hop over to you, man. So far, it's a lot on here, but not a lot that looks great. Wow, the gap up list is growing. Continues to get longer here. I could see more names coming in, SMCI, Oracle. So there's a bunch of stuff sneaking their way in here this morning. But John, let's go to you. Anything on this gap down list or earnings that we have not covered yet?
I think mRNA is worthy of a look there, down almost 11%. They're falling today after the FDA rejected its experimental mRNA flu vaccine. That's kind of big news there for that company, because obviously it's an mRNA company, and that's, the flu vaccine. That's a big one. Obviously a big moneymaker if they could make that work. and the FDA is rejecting it for now. So yeah, that's the big driver knocking that one down. And I'm curious why Hood is down, but I haven't looked that one up, Carlos. But I know a lot of people like to trade Hood. Did they have earnings?
Yeah. I didn't see them on the list.
Yeah, they
Earnings.
reported yesterday after the
Oh,
close.
yesterday.
I'm
Okay.
seeing 66 cents per share. Consensus was 63, revenue 1.28, revenue achieved 1.32 billion. So yeah, double miss there. I don't know if there's additional news on Hood. Let's see. I'm just trying to check if they guided down or not. Yeah, I can't see any news like that. But yeah, the kind of a double miss for Hood, so they're on their way down as well. So that might be worthy and not something I will. Well, I might trade Hood actually. That's possible. Um, so yeah, it's not a bad one
Yeah.
to watch.
Yeah, earnings. I see earnings last night. Yeah, so maybe today could be a good one. This can trade very well when it gets volume, it gets going. It can be nice. It does has volume, just it has 4.1 million shares traded. Yeah, I like this one. This can trade well. So we'll put Hood right on here today. Should be a good one. All right, friends. Let's go. Anything else, John, before we go to the crowd and see what's going on?
I would just make sure we get either. Oh, sorry, 1 second. These stupid alerts keep going off in DOS. I'm sorry. I can't talk when these alerts go off. My brain won't function while it's talking to me. I
Yeah.
cannot talk at the same
Yep.
time as that thing talking. MU and SDNK are both really strong this morning. I would just make sure we're watching one of those at least, if not both. Something's going on that's good for those. So
Yeah, I can see that.
that's the gap upside.
Yep. I see them. MU, man. MU and NVDA. Yeah, semis are looking rather strong. Something's going on with the semis. If you, even NVIDIA, man, you can see NVIDIA moving here. AMD as well. What's the news, guys? What's the news? Anything happening with our semis? Um, Overall market is obviously doing some stuff here. The Qs, yeah, everything's going higher. That's pretty nice. Gonna have a good day
MU
today.
did get a MU got a projection raise. Deutsche Bank raised its price target to 500 on MU. SNDK, I'm just going to pull up real quick and just see if there's anything easy to see here.
Yeah,
No, I
PLTR.
don't see
Yeah, we're
anything.
getting we're getting a lot of stuff on the tech side, especially going northeast here, friends. So it could be one of those. Maybe it's time to move higher type days. Even PLTR going green now. Man, what a sell! See PLTR yesterday. Man, after all the stabs I took, well, only 2 stabs really. I was right, but the timing was off. Look at this drop off, man. Just beautiful, beautiful. So some of you guys did end up taking that trade, so congrats, man. What a great sell off there, PLTR. But yeah, man, a lot of stuff looking pretty strong this morning on the tech stuff. Even Tesla is doing some stuff here into the green. Not as pretty as NVIDIA or MU, but yeah, interesting. So for that, I'm gonna add MU. Gotta look at NVIDIA. It looks great today. And I'm gonna add NVIDIA. SanDisk is a little bit tough for me, man. That thing is wild. I like watching it.
Yeah,
Great
that's a
stock
wild
to
stock.
watch. But to trade it, man, it is just even managing your risk is just it's crazy the way it moves here. So I'd rather look at something else like an MU is moving similar to what SanDisk is doing. And also you have NVIDIA also doing some stuff. To pick one of your favorites there. AMD as well is looking pretty good. So I'll put AMD on my secondary list so we don't forget to look at it. But they're looking good this morning. All right, Medi, Peter was a good man. Yeah, Peter was a good man. Peter's actually a good man. Peter's in Aruba, and he is enjoying some time off with his wife. So hopefully he's having a whole lot of fun down there. All right, let's go to you guys. See what you guys like this morning. Hood is on deck. Yes, I have Hood on my list, so that's good. mRNA, we just mentioned that one. And again, that catalyst can be interesting for mRNA. It's not doing a whole lot right now as far as volume, only 600,000 shares traded. But for this ticker, that could be a lot in the pre-market. So I'm going to put it on a secondary because it's going to depend, are we going to get the volume at the market open? That's what it comes down to on this one. So I will put it on the secondary list for now because I want to make sure I look at it to see if we get some kind of opportunity on mRNA this morning. But I think that Again, that catalyst is good for volatility. So we might see something great out of that one this morning. So we'll keep an eye on it. MRNA. NVIDIA, yes, well, NVIDIA for sure on deck. I do have that one too. What else? Let's take a look over on our YouTube channel and X. Let's see what you guys like this morning. X is giving me Unity software we do have already. AMD, yes, in the secondary. All right, you guys gave me a couple of stuff that I'm looking at. Mo, you're giving us Oracle. What's going on with Oracle? Yeah, Oracle's up too. Oracle's up here 2.1. Not my favorite ticker, but man, it has been trading much better lately. It really has. So if you have the space for it, you can add Oracle as well. What else? Let's see. Anything other than tech you guys like this morning? What's this? QNCX popcorn ticker. QNCX. No, it's not popping. This popcorn ticker is not popping. It's pretty much. I mean, it's up 32%, but it's such a penny stock. I mean, even for entertainment purposes here, be very, very careful. Be very, very careful. These stocks are just brutal. Look at this drop on end of January, $3 to 2 cents, 20 cents. Oh man, the massacre. So very, very careful, friends. Yeah, these follow-up days like this, after having such a massive drop, these follow-up days, there's so many fake outs and so many. No. It's just be careful. Be very, very careful if you're gonna decide to trade that one. All right. What else? What else, friends? I think we are good, right? Tesla. Yeah, we did look at Tesla's also moving up this morning. Moving away from that 420, which I do like. Daily is awesome too. You can see the last couple of days we've been doing okay here. We're up 0.5% with 1 million shares traded. So, yeah, I'm sure we'll be talking about Tesla. I'm not going to add it to my list. I want to keep my list very nice and tight, very focused. But Tesla will be one that we're always looking at. So I'm sure we'll tune into it as we're getting ready for the market open a little bit later. All right, let's head over to bearwithtraders.com, friends. We can see what's happening for this week. We got a lot going on today. We got special guests coming in, John. We got all kinds of stuff happening right here on the YouTube channel today. So John will fill you in on all of that in just a second, as soon as I can get this up on this beautiful Wednesday day. Here it is.
Yeah, last night we had our strategy webinar, right? And those are always very popular. People love to come to the strategy webinars and see, tell me what I should have on my chart, tell me where I should buy and sell, tell me exactly how I should execute this trade. But I ask you people, ask yourself this: have you ever held a loss longer than you should have? Have you ever made what should have been a $50 loss into a $250 loss? Have you ever sold a gainer when it was on its way up, but you got out with a meager gain only to see the stock go up much more to the target you should have held for? Have you ever taken too many shares in the stock to try to make up for some hole you've been in for the day? Just buy that cheap little low floater for 1,000 shares and see if you can fix everything. Have you ever traded a green day into a red day? If you've done any of these things, you got to work on your psychology, and we all do. We never truly get away from all these problems, but they're going to nag at you all the time. But what you want to do as a day trader is over time make them happen less and less, and with a more acceptable outcome. Not take those giant losses. So I'm begging you, please come by the psychology webinars that we provide. This is all leading up to this. Wednesday is Psychology Day. Tonight we have Wesley Altman and a very apropos title: Mental Resilience, Breaking the Discipline Loop. This is tonight at 8 p.m. for our elite members. He says, every day you tell yourself, tomorrow I'll follow my rules, but over time the results barely changed. Is it really a discipline issue, or do you simply not understand how you work? So this is where we all want to get to. Day trading is 90% managing yourself. It's not the stock, it's managing you. You're your own worst enemy. So come to our webinar tonight if you have elite access, or get yourself some elite access and get yourself mentally in the right place. That's tonight. Next week, we have more. We have Dr. Charlin with cognitive behavior, John's mouth, cognitive behavioral therapy for traders. That is the title of Dr. Charlin's webinar next week for psychology. And also today at noon, also for elite members, we have Dr. Charlin live talking Back to the Futures. She'll be discussing her futures trading session today at noon. So check it out, please. And to get access to all that goodness, because every one of those events is an elite membership access event, consider joining us for with a elite level of access. You can do that monthly for $199 a month, or best deal, very good deal right now. You can do an elite annual for $11.99 for the year. And Carlos, that comes with a funded account, right? So we said yesterday.
It's an incredible. No, I'm busy just chatting away with the group here, but it is an incredible deal. Like, never seen anything like it. Free funded account. You can't beat that. Really can't.
That's great. Yeah. So we got that code LOVE50 there. So check it out. If you're not ready to commit to that level of membership, we do have the more basic level of membership. In a good way to dip your toe in is the $39 for 1 week. Get access to the chat room. So what we do here all day after the pre-market show's over, what else happens in the Bearable Traders room? A lot. We have moderators on all day until the close, sometimes even after the close to cover earnings. So come check out our chat room and some of our basic functionality here. And yeah, we have Nan in the chat room saying he's gonna work on his discipline. Nan is in my group over in boot camp and sends me an email about every day, kind of little update on how he's doing. And I know that is key for him. He is working very hard to change the discipline game in his trading, and recognizes that's where it's at really for him right now. It's probably not the technical stuff as much as it's fixing those psychological traits that make you a good trader. So good on you, Nan. Hope you have a good trading day today.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, friends, we are all set. Let's get some levels in place over here. So I'm just going to get some levels for us to get ready to start with VRT. First one on deck this morning, which is up 16.4. You can see it here, tons of volume, but like we mentioned before, careful with the sizing on this. You know, you gotta be careful with your risk management, and also the spread. I mean, like right now, 70 cents. So the spread might not let us trade this today, just the way it's moving. But I love the pop, I love the volume. We just gotta treat this one with handle with care, white glove service on this bad boy here. So is this all-time highs too? It is all-time highs. Yes, I'm looking at the monthly here. We are, oh wow, makes it even more interesting. So we are all-time highs. There's no other levels up there. You only have 239.07. It is your high of your pre-market and your all-time highs at this moment, and then everything else is towards the bottom. So we can pick off some levels off the pre-market since we moved up so hard and fast on this. We're going to mark down at 231.55-ish. You also have another level down here over around 225.89. So again, how tradable this thing is going to be, who knows? Another level here, that's the only level you really have down here, 219.98. So let's see what takes place there. All right, continue with the next one is going to be Unity Software. So Unity Software taking a big dive here this morning, but they're bouncing. They're coming back. You can see that here on the daily. So nice little bounce off the pre-market lows down at 20.43. Will slam a level there. High of the pre-market all the way up above the previous day close at 30.35. So I really like this one today. Love the volume, guys. 12 million shares traded. That is beautiful. So like what I'm seeing here, should be a going for today. Let's go to the left here. What else we have below this 20.43? Just in case you do decide to dip lower. Right where the price action is, by the way, you see that there? Clearly a level right there, 22.68. You have the resistance here. You got the breakout from that level. Then you got that level becoming support for another beautiful breakout on the daily. So we're going to mark that down. It's around the price action is right now around 22.66. Just right there, that area you definitely want to have down. Below the 2044, in case we do take a dive here, we do have an area 1874, might be a little bit high, so we can cover this little guy right here. And once you do that, I think you're all set. Towards the top, you have plenty highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. Plus the previous day close, this area here where you have all this stuff happening on the, a little closer, hold on, right over here. You got all this stuff happening right around that 30.23. So that's looking good. I like the pre-market on that one a whole lot today. Here's Hood. Hood with earnings, tons of volume, 4.5, but not really moving a whole lot, right? After the drop of 8%, right? So the drop last night, you can see it right on here. Beautiful drop, has pretty much gone sideways this morning. A little bit drop right back into the range around 79. So not a whole lot of action so far, but I do expect this one to get great volume after the bell as well, and hopefully trade well. 76.72 is the high, is the low of the pre-market, and the high is at 80.64. Once we mark those two, you are pretty much set. Highs and lows are doing an amazing job towards the top. Previous day closes on it. Don't need to add anything else. And then towards the bottom, we're going to take the low from a couple of days ago. It's going to be down at 72.57. I think once you do that, Hood is looking pretty good as far as levels. And let's see if they can trade well after that bell rings today. MU continues to be strong here in the pre-market. We're up 5.8. Look at the move so far here, and then really got going at 8:30 and at 8:50 with a nice little pop there, and a lot of stuff just moving higher this morning. MU, AMD, NVIDIA, even Tesla moving north at the moment. So MU, I like the way this is trading. Good volume, 2.9, 475 cents is the high of the pre-market. So make sure you mark that there. And then towards the bottom, the pre-market low is slamming into the previous day close and all these other levels that we have had here in the past. You got a lot going on in this area, a lot of back and forth, creating the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, plus the previous day close, where you've seen a lot of support on this stock over the last week of trading. Towards the top, we're going to mark down this great area of support and resistance for 1201, and then right up here we also have another spot around 437.44. So MU looking really clean this morning. Like that one too. Will be front and center today. Another alternative of that could be NVIDIA. So NVIDIA here 1.6 up this morning, and then also 4 million shares traded. Highs and lows are doing a good job on this one. Pretty much are covering the main areas of support and resistance. Look at that previous day close right here. Clearly, you can see how many days are slamming into that, closing into that area. So that is obviously an area you want to have marked down. Low of the pre-market is just actually slamming into the low from yesterday, so don't need to really do anything. That's covered for you there. Same thing with the high of the pre-market. So all that is taken care of for you at the moment by the automatic levels on Dash Trader Pro. Here, I'm going to mark where the price action is right now. You can see there's a couple of days, closing or slamming into this area as well. So you want to have that down. It's 191.24 in the pre-market as well. You see a little bit of resistance happening here. Hopefully using this as support to give this level more strength. So you want to definitely have that marked down as well. So NVIDIA looking really good this morning. Great volume in pre-market. Again, MU, AMD, NVIDIA, Tesla, all looking very, very nice this morning. All right, let's take a look here. What else? We have everything covered? Yeah, we do. John, what is our team watching? And we'll get ready for our market open.
Team is watching. Let me scroll up here. Who do we got in here? Thor's watching his futures, ESNQ, MBT equities. He's watching our Meta. That's interesting. And NVIDIA. Meta has made some good moves lately, so that's not a bad idea. Not sure what Thor sees, but he sees it in his own way. Megan looking at Tesla, Hood, and PLTR. Jared, SPY and MU, and secondary Shopify, and Phil, PLTR, Unity Software, MU, and NVIDIA. I didn't put mine in yet, as usual. I'm very curious about SMDK and MU, honestly, and those are going to be forefront because everything else, I'm just not seeing the gap up that I want to see on my normal watch list. So yeah, SMDK and MU for me.
All right. Awesome, friends. There it is. We have a couple of minutes left. Then we'll transition over to Brian and Andrew over in chat. But yeah,
Carlos.
John. Yeah.
We have Dr. Brett Steinberger today.
That's right.
Mention that?
No, we didn't.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so 11 o'clock, he's going to come on. He is a trading psychologist, quite accomplished one, and he'll be talking about trading psychology topics and that. Also has a new book coming out, so he'll be talking about that as well. But that'll be 11 o'clock, and that'll be YouTube and chat room, right?
Yeah, I'll be on YouTube. He'll be chatting with Andrew, and we'll be transmitting it to the chat room as well. So, and then Thor and Dr. V will be a little bit after that. So they'll come in around 11:30 or so for today. So we'll see how it goes. Looking forward to it, man. I got a peek of his presentation, the stuff he put together for us, and can't wait to hear it. He is awesome. He is really, really great. And if you have not seen or read any of his materials, check him out on Amazon. He's got a bunch of really great books that every trader should have on their desk. So
Yeah, I peeked at his slides too, and yeah, it's going to cover some interesting topics, some interesting ways of thinking about yourself in trading. So it should be great.
yep, yep. Um, all right, friends. I think we're all set. We're a little bit early, but I do like my list here. My list so far: VRT, U, Hood, MU, and NVIDIA. And market right now looking nice and strong at the moment. Looks like we might be breaking towards all-time highs here. So let's see what it does. That's good. I like when it breaks all-time highs because it drags everything else up. It's good for you, John, because it gives you tons of high-of-day opportunities as things are moving higher, and you just get continuation, right? So
Yeah.
that's usually the challenge. We could find our opportunities. We just don't get that continuation. That is where a lot of traders make their money, is on that continuation play off their strategy. So looking forward to that. Should I buy Hood? I don't know. What's your strategy? Well, what are you looking to do? What does a trade book tell you? Your trade book is going to answer that for you. I can answer for you. Your trade book on what's the plan should tell you whether you should buy Hood or not. How is Bitcoin doing, John? I haven't looked at the price. How are we doing there?
I just got my DOS price, which is actually not entirely accurate. Let me pull it up. It might be around
Yeah.
69,000 this morning, 68.3. So it's settled down anyway after its big precipitous drop, and yeah, will be interesting to see where it's going. I don't know.
Yeah, stop bleeding. But again, if you look at this, if you look at the big picture, if you look at 5 years, I mean, it's not bad. It depends what time frame you're looking at, right? If you look at 5 years out, it looks like a healthy pullback, I think, from
I guess.
122. It doesn't look too bad. I don't know. So
Yeah, it's
we'll see.
definitely that's a good way to put it. That we're in a healthy pullback. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Uh,
know.
So
It's a wild ride.
it sure is. It sure is.
It's still a young thing. I know that may sound crazy though. What year did Bitcoin come out? Like 2008, 9, 10, something.
Uh, this thing is going back to like 2016. The chart I'm looking at. I don't know how old this thing is though. 2016, but no, probably nobody knew about it then, right? Um,
Let's see.
so
Bitcoin started 2009, January 3rd, 2009. So, yes, it's been around, 17 years now. But if it's to accomplish what people think it will do someday, then, in the history of
it's
how we
young.
value things on planet
Hmm.
Earth, that's still the beginning.
Yeah,
So,
early
uh,
stages.
it is, yeah. So I don't like to poop on the Bitcoin people, or the crypto people. We don't know who's right or wrong. We have no idea how things will play out.
No, yeah. Absolutely not. So we'll have to see. All right, friends. We're ready. As soon as Brian and Andrew hops on, we'll leave chat. We'll continue on YouTube and X. Let me get my stuff ready. I'm getting my 1 minute and my 5 minute ready to go here, and see how VRT and Unity software. I really like this one today. So let's see how this does. So we get ready for the market open. And we are looking good. Should be a great day today. Should be a great day today. I'm gonna set up here, bring in John. There we go. And what else? I think that's it. All right, perfect. Welcome. Hello to all our Lambos and Garbage Truck members. I do see you guys out there. All right, I see Brian's getting ready to go. All right, Brian, we'll let you to it. Have a great trading day. And we'll transition. Just gonna mute Brian here. Sorry, guys, just setting up and getting ready to go. Okay, beautiful. All right. All right, there's Andrew's list: NVIDIA, AMD, and Tesla. He's also keeping it nice and tight this morning, as he's setting up his list there. And I'm just setting up. I'm going to bring my Atlas over as well. We'll bring the Atlas here.
Carlos, do you have an issue with YouTube when I assume you have you've got the whole show open. So I've got the YouTube feed open on a web
Mm-hmm.
browser, obviously, right?
Yep.
Um, but it often like I have to keep clicking live over and over again. Like it seems to
Yep.
drift off of live
So
after a while. And
this is what I think YouTube does. If you're not like if you minimize it or put in the background or don't have it front and center, I think YouTube to save on bandwidth, I think they just delay it, they slow it down, they do something because it happens to me too. It's not it's a thing they do when they know you don't have it like in the front of the screen and you're actually have it as an active window. Because when I'm watching it live and I'm
trying
actually paying attention, it doesn't do that. But friends, make sure you do that
right.
because we see people comment on stuff that we talked about like 5 minutes ago, and you know, we just make sure you're hitting live on both YouTube and X. So I just think they found a way to save bandwidth, and they do a couple of things, right? They reduce the your resolution, so make sure you're hitting 1080p, right? If not, they'll bring you down to if they can get away with it, they'll bring you down to 480, right? So make sure you're doing 1080p so you got the clearest uh, um, feed, and make sure you're hitting live to keep it there. So
It's very annoying. So I got a suggestion in the chat. Someone saying keep it on fast forward. I don't know how to do that. Well, but that might make sense if it's always trying to fast forward.
yeah, they have the play normal stuff, but I don't see where the fast forward is. Where's the fast forward? Like 1.5, 1.2? I guess that could work, right? Because if it falls behind, it'll catch up again. Um, but I do notice that if you minimize it, it somehow falls behind. So
Can't find the play speed. Obviously we use YouTube a lot. Where
yeah,
is it?
there's like a setting here. I'll show you. So right over here, they got like this settings. If you click on this, we're gonna get a weird effect now because I'm
Oh, the
streaming the
settings
stream.
there. Okay, yeah.
And then
Playback
you
speed.
have this yeah, this normal. See here, guys, make sure you're on 1080 to get the best quality. I should be actually on like less. I should be like a 240 because I don't care what it's showing, and I want to set save bandwidth. But you should be at that, and then the normal play speed do like 1.5 or something. What is this P? This is P4.
You, you know what?
Seriously?
I'm trying to change the playback speed to something faster, and it keeps going back to normal because
Because we're live, yeah, yeah.
yeah, because
But
it's
this is
live.
funny. So if I want to watch it times four, you're going to charge me. I got to pay for that. Come on, man. Come on. That doesn't make any sense. It's just trying to add value to the YouTube membership. I get it, but come on, really? Nobody's gonna nobody's gonna sign up to pay for that, right? They'll sign up to get rid of the ads. I done that before, which is actually pretty nice, not having ads. Um, Here it is, friends. Welcome, AA27231. Welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family. Good to have you. Welcome to the group. Demi, we haven't seen you in a long time. Good to see you. I feel like it's been a while. I remember some of these names, and I haven't seen that face and that name in a long time. So good to have you. Welcome back.
30
All
seconds
right,
here.
friends.
Just
Yep. So
getting all my
I'm looking
charts
at.
ready.
Get ready to rock and roll here.
As I mentioned yesterday, I typically like to wait till the fifth 1 minute candle to take a trade. Um, so I'll you probably won't hear me call out a trade I'm in for a few minutes,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even longer if I'm being smart and patient. We'll see.
Yep. Yep. All right, friends, here we go. Here's the bell. Let's rock and roll. So, yeah,
Whoa,
AMD doing some
and
stuff.
MU popping out the gate. Look at
MU,
that. Right above
MU,
400.
MU. All right, friends, let's settle in, settle in. Patience, patience. Wait for the setup. No FOMO. Follow the process. And let's see where the fun takes us today, man.
Why can't I find news on
VRT.
MU and SNDK, Carlos? Now
I
MU's
don't
up
think.
9%. I
Yeah.
can't figure out what the heck is going on.
No, I don't think it's individual news, man. I think it's just tech, man. Tech is on it today. If you're a
But
scalper, if I was a scalper, I'd be long on some of these tickers. Like if I was scalping like a
yeah, but
1 minute.
nine.
So you had some issues. Oh man, yeah. I had a friend that had that, and man, that's tough. Out of nowhere, just kick in and drive her nuts. But glad you're doing better. Hopefully,
What's that?
sciatic nerve.
Oh yeah, that's no joke.
Yeah, it's brutal.
I had that once when I was young. I was probably 25, 26. I was like crippled, hobbling around.
Yeah,
Luckily,
it's
it
it's
cleared up.
yeah, it's crazy, man. Um, VRT getting nothing. It is a nicey stock because that's what nicey stocks do. First couple of minutes they get no volume. Hood turning back here. MU, man, is MU going to go for another round here, guys? Is MU's going to continue?
I hope it pulls
Um,
back deeper before it goes for
yeah,
another round here.
for me
Because I,
too, because I can't trade it here. For me
yeah,
too.
no, here's no
Yeah,
good.
here for me the
And it's
5 minute
funny
RV
what's
is
going to
not going to
count as
work.
a deep, what a
Mm-hmm.
deep pullback is today is completely different from other days, right? Because we just hit like
Yeah.
410. Like I want to see it pull back to like maybe 400, 402. Like I need like an $8 pullback. Like on a normal day, I might be looking, who knows? Later in the day, I
Mm-hmm.
might be looking for a $1 pullback on MU that might
Yeah.
constitute what I'm looking for. So remember, everything at the open is scaled funny. It's everything's
Yeah.
volatile.
Yeah. Got a couple of comments here. So MU the job report, yes, that helped for sure. Brian says analysts upgraded MU. Okay, that could help too. So yeah, I believe the job report is helping everything, Ben, but I think MU just seems to be taking it in a step further. But it could be that upgrade if there's an upgrade for us as well. So um, that could be it.
There's a big pullback. I don't even know if we'll go up there again today, Carlos. We'll see.
Yes, pulling back here.
I would be surprised
Uh,
at all if that ends up being the high day for MU on the day and
mm,
SNDK, but we'll see what happens.
yeah, yep.
Tesla looking good here, 435 almost.
NVIDIA going the other way below the VWAP. I like that. Let's look at NVIDIA. I'm going to put that in my Market Atlas, friends. This is the first upgrade I've done to my trading setup in a long time. Like as far as system platforms and indicators, it's the Market Atlas. Like I haven't done anything else. It's been the same since like 2017. Um, and I like this upgrade. It's really, really nice. All right, looking at NVIDIA, what do we have here? NVIDIA, let's let the numbers populate. Oh, interesting. NVIDIA looks, and on the market as looks bullish, but the price
Market's dying
action,
here, so well, watch all your longs.
yeah, that's what I'm
Amazon just
saying.
went
Like
red.
it's looking bullish, but price action is looking different. So getting some conflicting information. What do we do? Leave it alone. Let's find something else that matches better. So let's see here. Hood. All right. Let's see what Hood is doing. Like we don't have to trade, right? We don't have to get into a shady or questionable situation. Hood, on the other hand, matches perfectly. Looks bearish in the charts and on Atlas as well. Oh, please pull back. Please pull back. I want a short Hood, but I need a pullback. I don't want to chase it here. Don't leave
TSM's
me.
having a good day. Taiwan Semiconductors up 3.5% now. Big open.
Oh, Hood is gonna go. Look at the market Atlas on Hood, man. Oh, it's beautiful. So clean. Can we get a pullback, please? And then can we drop? You guys are short Hood already? Yeah, it's a good move. Good on you.
I like Tesla here. I don't want to trade against the market though. I'm sick of having to do this. It's
Yeah,
really
what's the
driving me
market
nuts.
up to? Market is down. Oh man, Hood is the one, friends. It really is. That's the strong though, John. This is going. This is
Yeah.
it's doing his own thing for sure. Okay, Hood.
I
Give
took some
me.
Tesla. I was in and out very quick. I was in that for 13 seconds. I was looking
Mm,
for an immediate candle pop, not getting it. I'm not getting shellacked for my first trade like I've been doing every time this
yeah,
past couple
yeah.
weeks. So it may go here, but I wanted that to go immediately. I wanted that candle to just rip, and it didn't do it. And there's now it's pulling back. So it did break 436. Re-break of 436 could be good here. I'm going to keep watching Tesla. I might get back in this. But
Oh,
this is classic what's been happening to me lately. I got
yeah.
I got about 25, 30 cents on that, and then boom, loses it.
Hood. I'm going
And
short Hood, guys.
market's
I'm
still
going
dropping it.
short. Yeah.
Qs and SPY still going down. It's hurting all the longs. Just remember that.
It's not pulling back. I'm short Hood right here. A little bit off my entry. I want my entry to be a little bit close to the 5-minute ORB, which is in this area up here, 77. A pullback to 74. 40 would have been nice. I don't think we're going to get it. So it looks very weak. Atlas is telling us as well this is weak. We got some levels down here, 75, 76. So let's see. My stop cannot be VWAP because of my entry. So we're looking at maybe 77.40. So our stop is a little bit um, off the VWAP as we normally would take it because it's too far. We can't do that. So 77.40 will be our stop. And then if it does come back here, hopefully it gives us an opportunity to retest the VWAP, get lower. If we get stopped out, we'll get back in because I think this is looking nice for a short. Let's see, next level on it. If this was to work, what do we have? 72.57. That'd be awesome, but I don't think we're gonna get there that quickly. Anything else? Just gonna look in here. That's really the big level. Like another, not a minor area could be 74.60. Yeah, you got a couple of days on here, but the big level is clearly 72.57. That's the big one. All right, let's see
Rough
what
candle
happens.
for Google. Google just went into the red on a very bearish candle here.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. All right, let's see if Hood can break down here, guys. 77.40 is my stop. Just slightly below the VWAP. All right, let's see. Mo, I'm gonna have to start charging you, Mo. I'm gonna have to start charging Mo. Look. Mo asks me every day. Can you look this up on Atlas? I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you a charge for my Atlas subscription, my friend. Okay. I'm gonna charge you, man. Oh boy, we'll look at it. Of course, of course. We will take a look at it.
Oscar Health is up 9% here. That was one from yesterday.
Yeah, yeah.
Not something to get into now. You'd be chasing it, but something to maybe watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my type of stock, but might be searching for scraps today. We'll see.
Yeah. All right, Hood going against me here, guys. 77.40 is our stop. We're coming right to it. 77.40. We will get out of it.
Ooh.
I wish we would have done this earlier. I would have gotten short here. My stop would have been at 78.25, which you still could do. I'd rather take a quick loss here, let it do its thing, and then get back down. But let's see. It's stopping right short of our stop, right short of it. So let's see if it wants to hold here. 77.40. We'll bail on it. So got our hotkeys ready. As far as you, man, it looks bearish as far as Unity software, but it looks like it's not moving. It's kind of stuck, at least on what I'm looking at here. This was the pullback that we were hoping for earlier. This would have been such a beautiful entry here. Stop at 178.25. Got a little ahead of myself here, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's see if we can survive the pullback. But yeah, Unity software, I'll show you here in, yeah, it looks bearish, man. Looks very bearish. You got all these levels down here. Just seems like it's not moving fast enough though. All right, so we're going to stop out of Hood here, just coming back up. I will look to get back short on it if we do bounce off the VWAP and we go and we show some resistance. So this is more where the entry should be. Gets us a stop of 78.25. So I will get back short on this, but I wanna wait to make sure that we're not actually crashing through up to 78 because I do see some orders at 78. What happened to the? Yeah, we still got orders at 20, 76, 75. There's still tons of orders down there. So let's see if it's gonna reject the VWAP, and I'll get short on it. MU initial pop and just sideways above the VWAP. NVIDIA sideways. U is looking short, just taking its time right now. But U is looking bearish. NVIDIA pulling back as well. And VRT actually got the volume. See, nicey stocks, right? 3 minutes, no volume. They get the volume, they start moving here. Another one that's heavily in play today. All right. All right, Hood. Let's see Hood. Okay, Hood. And let's make sure that our market atlas is looking good. Oh, come on. Give me a chance to get in. Oh, I'm getting in now. That was horrible. I missed the optimal entry on this thing. But I'm back short in it. But I could have been at 77.26. Doesn't make any sense. Trading poorly today. As far as execution goes, that's not good. John, anything on your end? What are you up to over there?
I'm trading TSM, begging it to go green, and it ain't doing it. This is getting a little scary here. Oh, come on, baby. It's really at a decision point here, and it's very difficult to decide what to do. I'm going to get out of it. It's tried it twice, actually. It just can't get it to rip there.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm going to leave that one alone. I'm going to go over to Tesla. Tesla, I just had an alert go off for high day, but it pulled back while I was in TSM. So I'm going to reset that alert probably. High days on 435.36, 436.35. Excuse me. So I'm going to set it at 435.43. That'll let me know if it's getting up there. NVIDIA is ripping up here too. That deserves an alert.
Nice, nice.
Put that right above the pre-market high there.
Alert price higher and
AMD push in. 0.86. Andrew, so I don't use range orders, but I'm sure there is a script for it. There's probably some kind of hotkey. I'm not aware of one. But when I do use a range order, let's say I'm walking away from the trade or something, and I just want to have my orders in place in case the stock does something, I just manually enter it. So I'm not aware of an actual hotkey. John, are you aware of a hotkey for range orders?
Yeah, we have hotkeys that'll like set a stop and a target, like a 2-to-1 hotkey.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. I mean, you can set it up any way you want, but the scripts we have for download, I don't know if they're market orders, limit orders, or how they work. But for a range order, typically, like in DOS, the way a range order is built into the platform, if you use it from your montage, the target is a limit order, so it'll fill you at your target or better. But the stop is a market order, so it makes sure it gets you out, and that's probably how you want a range order set up. I use them when I have a few shares left on something, Carlos. It's usually when I'm down to the last 25% or less of my position, and it's been a long time and I don't really want to watch it. I'll set a range order at the target and usually a break even stop. But I
Yeah.
just use the one built into the platform.
Nice. So look at that. One of the members has a actual hotkey for you there. So Sparkles, looks like you might be using this. Man, ain't that great? Talk about the power of a community. That's awesome. Would have taken you 3 days to find that hotkey on Google. Sparkles got a few in seconds. Love it, love it. Again, and make sure you test it right. Test it in Sim. Make sure you are trying everything properly on there. So, what's going on? You see you guys talking about AMD? Yeah, AMD is doing its thing. Took off from the VWAP. Beautiful breakout. MU trying. NVIDIA. Not as pretty as AMD. AMD is a really, really nice here, friends. So, that traded well. Let's take a look at our secondary. So we got going on mRNA, Shopify. Shopify actually had a great drop, beautiful drop here, and looks like it wants to head lower. So that is nice. AMD doing its thing, going higher, and Lyft, just messy, just not clean at all. VRT, not so good. You guys, Mo, you're steering you. U is just beautiful as it continues to drop lower. So U is looking great, man. Wow, look at the weakness, friends. 1906 is the next level I have on U. So if you had that one on your list, I had that on my primary, but I decided to go with Hood instead of U. And Hood is just back and forth here between the VWAP and the 76, 73 level. So let's see. And MU back down, and AMD, NVIDIA showing some weakness. PLTR, what's going on with PLTR? Yeah, failed the VWAP here, so might actually head lower. All right, let's see if Hood can break this level. We got some nice big orders at 75 that I would love to go pick up, Hood. Come on, let's go pick up that 75 down there. Let's go pick up our friends. But it's not doing it in a hurry, that's for sure. It's taking its time. What bot? It's a bot on YouTube. Look how behind my my ex gets, John. Look. I don't know what happens. Like look at the thing. It's all the way back here. We're talking about gappers list on X. So you gotta bring it all the way up. It's behind like 40 minutes. I don't know why it does that. So weird. So X does the same thing too. Make sure you're live on X, guys. As live as possible. And this is why we see sometimes we'll do the funded account, which we're going to do a little bit earlier today. So we're going to surprise you guys. The funded account, I see people come back like 10 minutes after it's done. They're typing hashtag funded. So clearly then they're not live on their fee and they're delaying. They missed it. So you don't want to do that and miss the opportunity. All right, Hood. See if we can get 75. We need this 76, 73 level to break. Oh. Looks good. Looks like the chart looks good. We can get the push. What else? Trading terminal. Still looking bearish. What is the SPY doing? SPY can sell off. That can possibly help as well. There it is. SPY selling off. So that can, if it sells off and makes any low, can possibly help our situation. Yeah, Ben. Yeah, I did the scrolling just to show, but yes, it's a live button right there. You could click on that. And on YouTube too, they got a live button you can click that gets the job done. Wow, Unity software, great stuff. almost $2 below the open here. And it continues lower. All right, here it is. The SPY might give us a little boost. SPY sells soft. It can boost us a little bit when it comes to our setup. So we're looking at Hood for the drop. Let's see if we can lose it. If Hood doesn't drop here with the SPY dropping, all the bids at the bottom at 75 and lower, then I'm probably gonna reduce my risk and get out some or get out all into profit, into small profit, because I personally take that as a sign that if you're holding here and the SPY is selling off and you're not selling off, that means when the SPY does his other thing, comes back the other way, you might react positively to that, and I don't like that. So if we don't break down here, that could be an issue. Like, hey, this thing might not take place today. So I'd rather get out and find another opportunity. So let's see. It's now or never, baby. Not really. It's never now or never. It's now or later, maybe. Never now or never. Those words are not trading words. All right, here it is. Come on, you can do it. Get the momentum. Let's go get our friends. 76. Look at that. 75. Let's go pick these guys up. Let's see. Zoom in a little more here so it looks a little bit better. What else? BWA. What is that? British Airways? No, this is Bork Warner. I don't never heard of this stock, but they're see they're moving here. Yeah, what a move. Up 14%. Very light volume though. Yeah. How did you find this stock? I'm curious. How did you find it? Friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We really appreciate it. It helps out the channel a ton. So hit those likes over on YouTube. We love to be 400 is our goal. Once we get there, we're very, very happy. So if you haven't had the opportunity to hit that button, now it's a great time to do this as we wait for Hood to do something. Do something, Hood. Why is no one talking about NBIS? Because you haven't mentioned it, man. We're waiting for you to bring it up. We're waiting for you to bring it up, but since you didn't mention it until now we can actually talk about it. So thank you. Who was that? Peter T. Oh, yeah. What we got going on? NBIS. I don't see anything on it. NBIS. Yeah, we've seen this stock many times on our list, though. It is a foreign ticker, so be careful. It does trade a little bit funky. Volume is a little bit lighter at times. Today, I don't see a possible play for me personally on it, but there is some movement here. How are you looking at it? What do you like about it? How are you looking to trade this thing? Hood is not gonna. It's struggling so much. It's gonna be another PLTR where it's just it might not be ready. Came right to the low of the day. Got a little bit of some buy-in coming in. Not a whole lot of volume through that, but it is just. It's not. It doesn't want to give in. It needs to give in. Matt, welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family, my friend. Good to have you. Enjoy the perks and good luck today when we do our funded account giveaway, which will be much earlier than what we normally do it at, because we do have a special guest we want to be ready for at 11 a.m. today. So make sure you stick around for that, guys. As Andrew and Brian come in to interview our special guest today. Apple. Nice. 12K on the BWA. That's awesome, man. Glad to hear that. Very, very good. Did you swing it or strategy? Like, well, what did you do? I like to know how people are making their money, right? Because the making money part is okay, but how did you do it? That to me is more important and attractive. So, uh, how did you do it? Did you follow your plan? Did you get lucky? Hopefully, you follow your plan. It was something you could do consistently. That's what I want to hear. All right, Spy's dropping, but Hood is not following suit as fast as I would like it to. There it is. Spy's dropping again. Come on, Hood. Join the party. Join the sell-off. Oh boy, oh boy. Lyft. What else? What else? Shorted you at 2030. New trader bull. That's very nice, man. That's a good short. Yeah, Unity software, slow and steady. Dropping some more. Hood. Let's see here coming towards this little area where we had some struggles with. Then we got the low of the day at 76. And then from there, we should be dropping towards 75. Like the SPY is helping you, Hood. Like, why are you not? There you go. The SPY is in your favor. Atlas is in your favor, in the short favor at least. Just give in. Yeah, yes, SSR does help the stock not waterfall. It does slow it down because now you can't just start slamming into it, but we can still drop the price. You know, it's just not gonna be like a waterfall type situation. But yeah, we are down 11.4 on it, so it's not ideal for these guys. All right, we might be getting there now. So here's Atlas so far on Hood. We still got our big 75 orders down here, shares down here, and we do got some more 74.70. New law of the day. New law of the day. You can't reason with the market. Absolutely not. Yeah, I agree. You cannot reason. We could just beg it. We could beg and plead. It's not listening to us, but we could beg and plead. That's all we could do. And just strap up and hold on for the ride. That's all we could do. All right, let's do a poll. I want to see what people are using. Let's do a poll here on YouTube. All right, here we go. Very nice. 75.50. Let's get down there. Down, down, down we go. Coin. That's another one that actually, yeah, it's going down too, so that's good. This is why I love the VWAP as a stop, right? And I knew it. I got into this trade. I got in a little bit early. I said, like, man, this thing looks like it's going to go down. Everything looked great. Jumped the gun a little bit. I was waiting for the pullback. I got a little FOMO. I'll be honest that we're not going to get it. We did get the pullback, and this would have been a much better entry up here. But then when we got it, I hesitated on getting in, started looking anywhere else for another opportunity. But here's why the VWAP is so good. You know, if I had a better entry here, stop above the VWAP, you can survive a lot of the pullbacks, right, that come up towards the VWAP and never get to it. So, again, love placing the stop slightly above the VWAP. That's going to save you a lot of headaches. But when I got in all the way down here, my stop was a little bit higher because I just didn't want to go up so high. I mean, that's a big, big stop, right? To get a 1R, we got to go a long way to get that 1R. So I'd rather take the loss, you know, and then get back in. Commissions are cheap, and now we're actually getting our move here. So let's see how low we can go here. 75 still looks very good. We're starting to get close to it here on Market Atlas. You can see 51,000 shares. That's nice. And nothing up here. Nothing. Besides 76, we got a couple of people here. And I wonder how is this affected by SSR, right? So it could be some information there. But for the most part, looks very bearish right now towards that 75. I'm hoping to get there to take my partial as this thing continues to drop. So let's see. MU short. Okay, a lot of you guys are going short. Good. Good, taking advantage of the market drop here. Very nice. Okay, here it is, 75. We're a couple of cents away at the moment. It's good. The short is good because when the market goes really high up or really high down, it's good because then he sets up for a lot of opportunities like reversals, hopefully coming back to the VWAP. You get all these setups that you can trade later. If you trade later in the day, market is pulling back here. The decision battle right now. Do we take a partial here? Do we wait for 75 based on Atlas? Is the market going to mess us up based on the way it's moving, trying to go higher? I think I'm gonna put my dollars on Atlas. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna put our money on Atlas here. I'm not a betting man, but we're gonna bet on Atlas. I think you was one that mentioned, John. You're not a betting man yourself either, huh?
Outside of day trading, not so much. No, I don't like it.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Look, see, you saw that? 75. Let's take our partial, friends. Let's go. Here it is. Partial 75. Beautiful. And then Market Atlas wants to readjust now. So, right, we went to that 75. There were 50,000 shares there. We went right through that. Now you're starting to see some motors populate towards the top here. So that could set up a pullback. But let's see if we are looking to go lower. Tons of orders looking to get in there as well.
It's going lower.
Carlos, 98.32. What did you sell? You sold your puts. Listen, man, don't beat yourself up if you sold into the profit. Something kept going. You trade with the information you have. You know, that's all you could do. The information you have in front of you. If the story changes later, you cannot possibly plan for everything that can happen after you made your money or made your decision, right? So you just can't. Trade a plan for the information you have in front of you, and that's all you really could do, you know? So don't beat yourself up. It sucks. You mentioned this earlier, right? John, psychology, like you get out, it keeps going, you don't get out, whatever you do, the thing that's the opposite. Can't beat yourself up, man.
It's frustrating. Yeah. You got to do the basics. You got to cut your losses and hold your winners.
That's it.
Don't hold those losses. Don't make them turn into a giant problem. And when you get a winner, let it win. You're not looking, you're risking $50 a trade. You're not looking to make $20 on a trade. That's not your goal. Your goal is to make
exactly
100, 200, 250 on that $50 risk. If you can start getting into that mentality, you'll be doing okay. But very hard for people to do. Big sins in day trading, Carlos. You don't obey your stop. That's a huge sin in day trading. That's a very beginnerish sin to do.
Yeah.
Not holding for your target and over trading. Like these things, these are the things that are going to absolutely destroy you.
Like if there was the 10 commandments of trading, this would be on the top. This would be up there. We're not murdering and doing all that crazy stuff that people shouldn't do to each other. That's these are up there in the trading world, so you want to be very, very careful.
GoFly's mentioning don't average down. That's another one. Yeah.
Oh man, that one, that's the devil. I'm telling you, averaging down is the devil in trading.
Because you bet bigger on a losing idea. Yeah, you take a long, it's not working. It's doing the opposite of what you thought. So you're suddenly in an environment the opposite of what you wanted, and then you buy more. That's what averaging down is,
Yeah,
like my idea is not working. The opposite is happening. I'm gonna get into it bigger and like.
But double down.
Yeah,
I'm gonna double down on a bad idea.
Really bad.
Oh man, I'll tell you. Here it is. Come on, let's get 74.51 is my next level, but I'm not just gonna go with that. I'm gonna look to see what else we have here. So 74 looks really good as well. We got 18,000 shares down there at 74. Let's see. Can we get another 70 cents out of this? Is it in the books? You're in both Hood and Coin. Very nice. Love it, love it. Mouse for a Cure, good to see you in chat. The person I learned from taught you only buy good stocks so you never get out till you're in the positive, and now I struggle to get out, and it has hurt me. Oh, you're talking about long term though, right? Long term is a little bit different game. You still got to have a plan, but you know, if you buy stocks, that's like the Warren Buffett idea. Right? If you buy stocks that are in it for the long term, you should hold through your pullbacks, you know, and actually you should be adding, which is not averaging down. That's more of an investment, right? Investment's a whole different story, right? Like on my mutuals
Problem
funds
is,
accounts and SPY, yeah, I just keep buying.
somewhere along the
Hmm.
line, somebody thought Peloton was a good stock, right? So people say you only buy good stocks. I had plenty of
Yeah,
people who were so set on Peloton, man. They love it was people who owned them too. They love their
yeah,
Peloton.
that's true.
Great company, right? Great piece of
Yeah.
equipment, great service. People really loved it and they believed strongly that to many people that was a good company. You could hold that thing till it turned into
Mm-hmm.
nothing, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. There's those outliers where, hey, this is the best idea that flopped, you know?
So yeah, Medi's mentioning, yeah, Microsoft probably won't go bankrupt. You're right. You're right. I know
Oh
what you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah,
It's a
yeah,
good company, Google,
yeah,
Microsoft,
yeah.
Amazon, but they could go into, you don't know that they'll go into a 5-year stagnation period and you know, and it'll break your soul after a while too. Like you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
Microsoft in 50 years will probably be worth more than Microsoft's worth now, but there's no telling what that journey looks like for you as your money goes up and down.
Yep.
Because it ties up your capital for a
Long
long
term
time.
stuff. You know, I let the pros do it, man. Let the pros do it. You could buy if you buy something. I will swing trade like a stock like that over a couple of weeks, maybe months. I had American Airlines for quite some time, and that did very well. But let the pros do the long term stuff with the mutual funds. That they'll do well with that. You'll be more protected. Or the SPY, you know,
The,
buy the
the
overall
the
market.
thing
And
is, if you want to have a day trading account, you can't get your money locked. Like your day trading accounts for day trading,
it's
right?
got to be
So
separate. Yeah.
you might have the idea, well, I'll only day trade Google and Microsoft and Meta and things that will go up eventually. And you're probably right. They probably will. But you might tie up your capital for weeks, months, years, even holding on to
Yeah.
something that was a day trade that turned into just this investment. And suddenly you don't have a day trading account anymore because you're all wrapped up in this thing. And maybe you even took a leverage position to start, which could put you in trouble too, right?
Yeah.
So it's just cut your losses. That's all I can say. In a day trading account, you gotta cut them. You gotta get out.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed. Agreed. Mo, what are you sending me here, Mo? I like it. I like it. But you got to get Atlas, man. I see you got a bunch of screens. Mo in chat's sending me some stuff on Instagram. I'm gonna repost it. It's a nice setup. Um, but you got to get Market Atlas, my friend. Oh, I love it. All right, here we go. Mm-mm. There it is. There it is. Dum-dum-dum. All right, what we got going on, friends? We're dropping. I'm gonna hold for 74 because we got tons of orders there, so I'm gonna hold for that, and I'm gonna see if we can get down there. See if we could get down there. All
I'm
right,
worried,
dropping
Carlos.
some
My
more.
wife just ordered a book called The Checklist Manifesto on Amazon. What does that mean?
The checklist.
The Checklist Manifesto. I just saw it ordered on Amazon in your account.
Mm,
I just
mm,
text my
mm.
wife like, "What's going on here?
Good luck,
Is
man.
my life about to get harder? What is the Checklist Manifesto?"
Oh, love it, love it. All right, here's take a look at Mo's setup. Let's take a look at Mo's setup here. He sent me this just now. How do I open this? Check this out. Here's Mo's setup. Pretty nice. Got all the screens. Yeah, man, we gotta get you Atlas on one of these screens. Look at Eamon. Eamon is enjoying himself. Very nice. Beautiful stuff. Oh, he's by the airport where they land the planes over your head. Yeah, very nice. Hopefully Eamon's enjoying himself as well. All right. Might take another partial here just in case we're not gonna head lower. I was waiting for 74. We're not getting it, but I might take another partial here. Next month I will see Atlas. Yes. Awesome. We'd love to see it, man. Yeah, guys, send me I like this. Send me let me send you guys my Instagram. Send me pictures and videos of your setup. I would love to showcase. I'll repost it on my Instagram. I'd love to see people's setup. It's always fun. I find that entertaining. Um All right, here it is, guys. Here's my Instagram page. You can follow me there. But most importantly, send me your setups. Send me a picture. I would love to see it. Or a video like Mo just did. Yeah, funded accounts coming up. In another few minutes we'll do it. Let's
Market's gone red, Carlos. I don't know if you noticed the SPY and the Qs have both gone red. Same time. Too.
yeah. I'm seeing that. I'm looking at my hood saying, come on, let's go lower. This can help. But yeah, look at MU reacting now, guys. So boom, nice drop there. NVIDIA also reacting. Unity continues lower. We're at the next level
Bitcoin's
here.
below 66,000. Bitcoin
Yeah.
dropping.
1906 on the Unity software. VRT didn't really do much. This was a bad stock today. Had the initial pop sideways for the most part, and then now it's reacting to the market. Got kind of like a VWAP breakdown here, but I don't like the volume on it for us to look at it. MRNA sideways. Shopify, man, look at Shopify. Wow, this thing opened up, guys, at 139, 115 now.
Oh.
Wow, that is not good.
Holy smokes. Yeah, that was gapped up.
Damn,
Look at that.
that is not good for them and not good for me not being short in this stock. So there's two no-nos there. Like, did you guys trade that? Did you guys? I had it on my secondary. What did you guys trade? Let's go through it since we got a little bit of time while we wait for a hood. What did you guys trade? Let's see. Tesla. Some of the members of the Feds are speaking. What are they saying, Juan? Are you tapping into what's going on? What's the sentiment? INTC, ORB, Hood, and you only. Tesla, AMD, NVIDIA, and Meta. Very nice. Google and Hood. Awesome. Tesla short. PLTR short. Tesla short. Okay. Traded shop in the simulator. Nice. Hood, VRT, and Zune. We'll look that one up in a second. Tesla, PLTR, Coin. How's Coin doing? Coin, yeah, similar to Hood, which we are short on now. SLV, what is silver up to? I'm not doing too much at the moment, but I see that there. Hood. CMEG had Hood on SSR. CMEG like Capital Markets Elite Group, like the trading CMEG. Well, we all have Hood on SSR, right? SSR is not a broker thing, right? So it's not a broker thing. So when something goes on SSR, that's a good talking point here. So when something goes on SSR, it's everyone, no matter who you're trading with, right? That's done by the exchange, right? Not Interactive Brokers, which I have, not any Webull or anything. That's the exchange does that. So everybody goes on SSR. Even Thinkorswim will be on SSR. What you might not have with the broker is inventory for short. That's something different. Now that's broker dependent. So for example, with Interactive Brokers, we do have shares for short, but maybe with like Capital Markets Elite Group, you might not have shares for short with that broker. But if it's on SSR, you can still short it. You just need to sit on the ask, right? You can't short it with just a straight market order or get rejected. You have to sit on the ask for that. That will be hard to borrow, right? If you see hard to borrow on Interactive Brokers, that means that we don't have shares for short, right? And you will see that right on here as well, hard to borrow. Usually lower flow stocks. Do we have any popcorn tickers today? Lower flow stocks. If you guys have one, we can look it up. Those are usually hard to borrow shares for short, right? I don't have anyone I could think of right now. All right, let's see. Perfect, friends. All right, let's see. Hood it got stuck at the 74.51 level. Does not want to go any lower than this right now. We could be setting up, if the SPY allows it, if the SPY in the market gives us opportunity, we could be setting up for some nice reversals, friends. I mean, this is usually what happens. You get these drops, into the morning sessions here. And then look at the volume increasing on the SPY here. We might be getting into some reversal opportunities. So if you're a reversal trader, we're setting up nicely for that. And then if it happens quick enough, you can also find some good VWAP breakouts as well. So went to the bathroom. What was the news? No, just overall market selling off. I don't think there's any. People said some Fed speakers talking, but I don't think there's any specific news besides the numbers this morning. John, do we have anything else come out today? Later in the morning, 8:30 to.
I don't think so.
No, that's it.
Just more of the
stuff this
same,
morning.
man. The SPY gets up to around 696, 697, whatever, and it then doesn't want to go higher. Now we're going back down.
Yep.
We're stuck in this range for the next 200 years. Get used to it, I guess. It's very boring.
Bright Light for Kids was asking, how can we hold, how are we able to hold so long for our trades? I mean, the information, right? We got the data in front of us, and we just got to be disciplined to follow the plan. So again, I usually take partials a lot. But when we're looking at Market Atlas, we clearly had tons of orders at 75. So I'm like, let me see if I could wait to 75. And we did a nice slow drop here, right to 75, where we went through all those orders. And now we have more orders at 74. So I'm waiting to see if we're going to get down to 74. So it's just kind of, trusting in the data a little bit. And sometimes it's going to work, sometimes it's not going to work. But I think that's, you got to have the data and just kind of trust in the process a bit. So that's it.
I'll give you another piece of advice to whoever's asking that, though. You have to make money. I can't emphasize this enough. I deal with this a lot with traders. If you risked $50 on a trade, you need to make $100 or more on that trade, generally speaking. So I don't care what's in your way. If you get into a stock and it starts going in your direction and you're in the money and you risked $50, but you're up $50, so you're nowhere near your target money-wise, and you start to hit a level, you start to hit the previous day close, you start to hit a Camarilla pivot level, something gets in your mind that says the stock is being held up at this price. Well, so what? You know what? It might break it, it might not. But your job is to hold and make some money. You will get nowhere in day trading taking little wins when risking more than you're winning. You'll get nowhere risking $50 and taking $20 wins and $30 wins. So you have to learn to hold no matter what's in your way. And that's why the more stuff you put on your chart, the more you're going to drive yourself crazy. You have moving averages, you have multiple time frames, so you have multiple moving averages. You've got all kinds of daily levels and pivot levels and Bollinger Bands and MACD and all this stuff giving you information. Your price is always going to be somewhere. It's always going to look like something's holding it up, resisting it, supporting it, or something like that. You'll drive yourself nuts with all this. You gotta hold to make money. So I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you in that regard, but you can talk yourself into taking a small win all day long, and people do it a lot. But they'll never grow their account. It's just mathematically not going to work.
And you got to pay for the losses, right? We had a loss here, right? This is our first trade we lost here. Your winners have to pay for your losers, or else the math is not going to work out, right? So let's say I get excited. Oh, we're at break even. I start parceling. Then we're not going to cover our loss, right? Or barely cover. Or we're not going to cover the losses from yesterday, right? We lost twice yesterday, a small loss and a full loss. Well, this trade here is going to cover yesterday's red day and then some, plus this loss if we continue, right? So if we continue. So right now we got this one covered. We got one of the losses from yesterday covered. And if we go in here, this could be a nice day. I mean, you can't think like that. You don't want to think like, oh, this trade's got to cover the previous loss. It's not a good thought process to have. But in essence, after you look at your sample set, your winners have to be more than your losers overall so you can cover them. Or else, you're going to be frustrated with break even or even at a loss after you look at all your operational costs, right? It's just not going to work out. So here it is, guys. We're looking for 74. We are looking for 74. Here is our SPY continues to dip slightly lower, so that's good. We're not getting a reversal just yet. And let me see how our trading terminal looks as far as our orders. What do we have here? Yeah, we still have, it's looking a little bit more bullish than it was before, right? You can see there's a lot more orders now showing up to the party on the upside. They were not there before. So we got to be careful. Actually, I think I might take a partial here just in case, because we got new information now. We got all these orders here that are piling up towards the top. Before that was empty. So we are going to take a partial here. Maybe, in fact, this is what we'll do. We'll have a plan in place. If we go to 75, we'll take a partial. Let's see if we can actually get lower. But the likelihood of it bouncing is a little bit higher now because all the stuff that we're seeing on Market Atlas is showing up. But we still got a lot, man. 74, 74, 60, 74, 30, 23,000. It's still very bearish on Atlas. So let's be patient. Let's be patient. Not getting patient quickly and change my mind really fast. But let's be patient because the data is telling us right now, at least, that we should go lower. We should. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. But based on the data, we should get another drop here. Yeah, be consistent. I agree. It's not a lottery. Yep. I agree. It's not a lottery. Follow the process. All right, as we wait, let's do this, friends. Let's do our funded account giveaway. How about that? Funded account giveaway, friends. Look at our beautiful. What do we decide to call this, John? The paywall? No, what do we decide to call this? We need a name for this. What is this?
The term
the
paywall
pay banner. Yeah, paywall is, it's a little tricky. The pay banner. I don't know. We'll get a nice little name, but look at this. Beautiful. Our funded account winners.
It's like the leaderboard, kind of.
Leaderboard. Yeah.
Not really leaderboard because they got paid out already, so they're done. It's the winners list, I guess.
The winner's circle? No, not the circle. It's not a circle.
Paywall's kind of funny. It's just a little confusing, but I actually kind of like it.
Yeah, I like the paywall. The paywall. All right, let me get Nightbot ready to go here, friends, and we can get you guys all set up here. Yeah, Uncle D Trades, I agree. It takes time to hold on to winners. A lot of stuff takes time. Andrew was talking about this yesterday as we get lower on Hood. Very nice. Atlas coming through again, man. I got to tell you, and not because it's our product, right? Not because it's our product. So I'm biased to it. I get it. I just started using it. I know some of you guys have been using this for a long time and, you know, on other providers. But the Market Atlas does help me with my patience for partials. Because I tell you right now, if I didn't have that information, I would have partialed right here. I would have partialed a long time ago, maybe 2 or 3 times already. I am not going to kid you, but I'm going to hold here because it's telling me, hey, we got some stuff lower. So let's see if we can get there. All right, hashtag funded account is in place. Hashtag funded, not funded account, hashtag funded is in place. And I see you guys coming in. We'll give that away. To be part of the funded account, friends, you have to be a Lambos and Garbage Truck member. You can do so by heading over to right here on YouTube. There's a join button right next to your subscription button. You can hit that button and be part of the Lambos and Garbage Truck family. Be part of these giveaways and get tons of perks that we give away to our members there. Videos every week on YouTube, exclusive just for you guys, and also this funded account here. So yeah. All right. There it is. We are going. Here we go. Funded account. 87 entries. We'll give it a little bit more, and then we'll pick a winner here. All right. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. Good luck. All right. Here we go. Let's see. The winner for today is going to be 321. Heading to ONAS R 2009. You won, my friend. Don't type funded anymore. You got it. Congratulations. Email me, carlos@bearwithtraders.com, and we will get you all set up, my friend. So congrats. All right, excellent. We'll do it again tomorrow. And if you don't want to wait until you win, because there'll be a lot more winners, have a great deal right now. A great deal with our Love 50 promotion. And you get access to Bearable Traders plus a free funded account. I mean, you really cannot beat that. So check it out. Love 50 includes a free funded account, 1 year subscription to Bearable Traders 101 psychology session with one of our professional coaches. And again, tons of stuff on there. So you really can beat that. So definitely check it out. Love 50 at bearabletraders.com. How do you sign up for Lambos and Garbage Truck, you're saying? Yeah, head over to Bearable Traders. So right on the Bearable Traders, you're going to see subscription. It's $5 a month. That gets you all hooked up and signed up for the Lambos and Garbage Truck. So, all right, I've been not looking at the charts. Let's see here. We're pulling back a little bit. We did our job. We should have taken some over here, 74.27. Been having too much fun with you guys in this funded account stuff. I love it though. Love it, love it. All right, let's see here. Yeah, let's take some off here. I would have taken some off here, but I missed it. So we'll take some off here. We'll partial a little bit here. And let's see if we can head lower. We got a good cushion from our entry, so there's no need to rush to get out of this trade. And eyes on the SPY. The SPY is turning a little bit here, so it's going to help a lot of stocks head the other way. You can see AMD off the VWAP. I'm sorry, MU off the VWAP. MU doing some stuff. Hood trying to bounce as well. Unity Software doing the same thing. All these tickers just falling into the SPY action at the moment. So that's what we're seeing here. So, oh, look at VRT. VRT is tough though. This one, the volume and the spread, it's not really tradable. Not really tradable. I know a lot of you guys took Unity Software for a short. Hopefully you made out pretty good here and have taken some parts. So some of you guys were say you're at like 20, 21, 22 something. So good stuff. Good stuff. Fanny, what are you thanking us for? No, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here in the chat, man. We appreciate you guys. Really do. So we haven't done anything. Fanny 777. BWA made your money? Good, man. I'm glad to hear that. Yes, and that's the thing. Like, keep in mind that when we put our list together, for you it could be a horrible list if you're trading a different style, right? So it always comes down to, you know, what your style is, what you like to trade, what your strategy is. It's a big part of what you're going to be watching that day, right? I'll give you an example. We got a great member in our chat, Steve. He looks at different tickers than I do. Like, you tell me, whenever he throws a stock in, I'm like, because I'm looking at it from my trading style. But he's a great trader, you know, and he does well with his tickers, right? They're much different than what I look at, and that's okay, you know. I made weekly goals on the QVCGP. Is that what is that? QVCGP. Oh, well, man, you're risky. You're a risky trader here, huh? Look at this thing go. It's got halted right now. You traded this today? My man. This is careful, careful, careful. Ooh,
That's a wild looking ticker name.
it's a spicy one. It's a spicy one. Look at that. Yesterday went down to 125, shooting up the other way here today. Yeah, spicy, man. Careful, careful on that
Well, that's
thing.
QVC, the television people, right?
Yeah, I didn't know they had GP on this. GP. I thought it was just QVC, but the GP threw me off. People still do that. They sit down and watch QVC. Is that a thing? That's a thing. Right, QVC is the one that does like the segments and try to sell you something.
Yeah. I kind of like watching QVC as background stuff. You know, you're like scrolling on your phone. I mean, I haven't seen it in years, so I've probably never scrolled on my phone and watched QVC, but I could
Yeah,
imagine because back in the day, I
yeah.
would just kind of pop it on and just, just
It was
chill out.
different. Back in the days, you had Time Warner Cable here in New York, at least. You had Time Warner Cable, and you just had all the channels. Now, to watch the Super Bowl, I have to sign up to Peacock. I'm like, what is this? I just want to turn on the TV and watch the Super Bowl. It's just so messy now, man, when it comes to TV. It wasn't like that before. You turn on the cable box, Time Warner Cable, what channel you want to watch, and be done. Now it's like, no, this is streaming here and here, and then like, it's just so messy now. But But yeah, look at it go here, friends. Spicy. Careful today on this one.
I just
Careful,
bought
careful.
120,000 fake shares of QVC GP. We'll see what we can do with this, Carlos.
What was that? You what?
I did a fake trade. I did 120,000 fake shares of this stock. Let's see if we can make some money.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear the part fake, and I was just like, wait, you did what?
Fake, simulated. Nope.
Yeah,
nope.
simulated.
Simulated
I
trade.
didn't hear that part. I just heard that you did 1,000. I'm like, whoa, hold on. All right, got you now. We're on the same page. All right. Scare me there. All right, Hood is bouncing around. Reminds me, my funded account. I have not traded in a couple of days, man. I'm gonna get banned. Got to trade. Oh, funded account. What was the dotted line on that previous chart? This one here on Hood or on which one? On the QVC, the one we were just talking about. Hold on, let me type it. QVC GP. So this dotted line here, this is the halt, right? So when the stock went up, it got halted for volatility. So basically, there's no trading for 5 minutes or so on the first halt, right? Then it opens up, and here's the trading again. If it keeps going up, it can get halted for volatility, or if it drops pretty fast, it will get halted again, and then you'll have these. Oh, it got halted earlier today too. Look, 9:55, another halt for volatility, right? So another halt here, another one here, and looks like it's gonna make you some money, John. Here as it goes up, you might make some good money if this thing's gonna
I'm
go
doing
higher.
okay at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, it's doing pretty good.
I'm up about
1,000
100
shares.
I'm up 100,000 fake dollars. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good. You're gonna make a boatload here, for sure.
Holding for 7.
There you go. It's
New
rocking.
breakout going here.
It's rocking. QNCX did well. QNCX. Yeah, that's the one that's a penny ticker, right? Yeah, it is. It actually is moving well. Again, you just have to know how to trade this. If you're a great scalper, there's a lot of opportunity for stocks like this when you're disciplined as a scalper, like a true scalper. Like we're all, depending on what time frame you're looking at, we're all some kind of scalpers, right? Like I'm scalping the 5-minute RB, a little more time for like if a swing trader is looking at me, swing traders probably think that all day traders are scalpers, right? So depending on what your point of view is as far as what you're trading, When you look at people doing a smaller time for a smaller moves, they're more of a scalper. But when you're a scalper at this level that you have to do so quick, your discipline has to be like top notch. Like you cannot falter on execution speed as far as getting in, getting out. If you do, you can get your face ripped off, right? So you got to be very, very careful. And new traders don't have that discipline built. So this is why new traders, this is a very difficult type of trading to get into at first. You're better off doing something a little more slower pace. Learn the market, learn the way things move, and then see if that's something that fits your style. But to start out there off the bat, it can be extremely difficult. Not impossible, just extremely difficult. To build that quality of trading. All right, Tesla. Tesla's down too quite a bit. AMD. I think we're gonna have some good reversals today. Remember, friends, we have Dr. Bread. Brett's what's his last name? I just escaped my mind.
Steinberger.
Steinberger today. Amazing author of books, psychologist. He's going to be with Andrew at 11 a.m. As I mentioned before, I got a sneak peek of it. Me and John got a sneak peek of his presentation. So real good one. So don't miss it. 11 a.m. we'll have that, and then Thor and Dr. V will come on a little bit later today. So. All right. All right, friends. We should be setting up for some good reversals, but I don't think they're ready yet. Tesla just made a new low. Well, I don't think that we're ready for them, but it should be coming at some point here. And that's probably what I'm going to take on my funded account. I have to take a trade. I haven't traded in a while. We're up 800 so far. And I do want to take a trade today. So I probably will take a reversal. We're getting close to that time from it's 10:38 here. So we're in that reversal type situation. Now, John, let me ask you, for you, let's say Tesla, right? I know you only trade high of day. But when something has dropped so much like this, will you take a long if you see something you like as far as an opportunity, or do you have to, like, no, you're waiting for it to get back up here at 436?
The only thing I'll do is I'll trade the break of an intraday level that's interesting. So if Tesla sets up resistance, and these will all be long trades, but if Tesla sets up resistance somewhere later in the day, I'll trade that as if it's a break of high a day. But the thing is, the high a day is easily defined because it only has to be set once. Every stock has a high a day. An intraday level that I'm interested in has to have like almost very, very precise resistance, Carlos. You know what I mean? Like it's got to be like just rejecting, not to the penny, but on Tesla, you're probably looking for rejections that are within 25 cents of each other, perhaps, or 20 cents, or even 10 cents maybe later in the day. So you want to see like this precision in the rejection, and then see, to trade through it to get the volume and the punch and all that stuff that I look for normally. I might look for something like that. But honestly, sometimes what you just got to do is you just sit on your hands. You say, I'll trade tomorrow, because we're trying to protect capital here. We're not trying to grow every single day. We don't have to.
Yeah. That's it. Protect capital. I spoke to this with the P Capital team yesterday in my meeting, how important it is. We're talking about trade management was the topic yesterday with the boot camp folks. And protect capital is your number one job, is to protect that capital, right? By being disciplined, following your rules, knowing when to get out, all this stuff that is important. What do you guys think? Reversal on Tesla or AMD? I feel like Tesla will move quicker, but AMD looks nicer right now.
Problem on reversals right now is that the SPY and the Qs are both coming up to the previous day close here. And if
Right.
they reject, and they're coming up at the same time, so you have double power here because the SPY and the Qs are hitting similar levels at the same time.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
they both hit PDC and reject, your reversal is likely to reject as well, or it's going to make it a lot harder.
Yeah. How many people, right, probably went long here 420, 420-ish on Tesla, just because, just because. Like, how many people actually are here saying, "Hey, long 420 on Tesla"? I can just see it now. The 420 crew. All right, I am. I want to take a reversal. I want to take a reversal on Tesla. Let's see. Let's do. Let's not go crazy. Trade small, guys. It's important. Let's do 25%. Yeah, 25%. I'd like to do 50 because I want to make more, but we'll do a small amount. And then you know what? We'll do 25 here, 25%. And then we'll add some more. Right? It's 31 shares. We'll add some more. If it drops lower, we'll add 31 more shares uh for the break. So let's see. Well, we're in here, 31 shares, then we get down here and we add 31. Now look at the power of trading small, right? Calm, cool, and collected. You come in here, you start taking 1,000 shares, you're gonna burn through your account very, very quickly. So don't do that. Trade small. Um, and when you plan it ahead, like I plan to take, thanks, Andrew. Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm definitely Alp 800. We'll see here. This is different than averaging down. I've seen Andrew do this. I've seen other traders do this, right? I plan here, I'm taking a half a size. If we get to retest this here, I'll add the other half, right? That's different than averaging down when your strategy is not working, and then you just start saying, "Oh, I'm just gonna take another, full setup here so I can try to go back green." Very, very different. You're messing up your risk management if you do that. Now, there's a chance that it might keep going, and I might not get a chance to add. That's okay. We make our money and we move on. But my plan is that if it comes back here and retest based on the way the SPY is doing, that we can hopefully add another 31 shares here and then hopefully get the bounce. So that's the plan. Look at AMD go. I picked the wrong one. Look at AMD. Come on, Tesla. You could do it. Let's get to VWAP. You could do it. All right. Guys, you could do this funded account. Very easy. Love 50 gets you access to this funded account. You get it for 90 calendar days. And you can trade just like this. Very simple. And make it to the paywall. Right? Make it to the paywall. So there it is. Tesla's working. Very nice. Love 428. See you get 428. Will be awesome. Let's do it, friends. And market Atlas, we look a little bit bullish, not too much. It's very balanced out right now, so we might still get a pullback because Atlas, I could see Atlas has a lot of orders at 420, so it might not happen right away. So, how complicated is my strategy? Well, I only have two strategies that I trade. I trade a 5-minute ORB, which is the easiest strategy you will ever see, and the VR breakout, which I have an entire webinar on that. So it's not complicated at all. It's not complicated at all, but it's actually pretty easy. Once you learn, it's pretty easy. The strategy, right? What's not easy is the discipline.
Good morning.
Good morning, Andrew. How are you, my friend?
I am pretty good, Carlos.
Awesome, awesome. All right, let's get you in chat. Let's get you in the chat room. All right, let's see if it
Uh,
works the first time. No, it's not working. I gotta get out.
maybe message Sebastian about this issue. Maybe he can find a solution as well.
Yeah, I will. It's definitely weird now. Okay. All right, I think I got it now. The sound, yep, good. I get the video. Excellent. All right, see your camera coming up now. Good.
All right, guys, everybody, how's everybody doing? And I shared my screen as well, brother.
Okay, I got you. Perfect.
Nice. John, how are you doing, brother?
I'm good.
John, I have a question. How's your 401k doing?
Probably the same as yours, I guess.
Mine is bigger, I guarantee you.
Well, you never know, Andrew. There are weird surprises in life. You only find out at the very end.
Did you have the YOLO out of the money options on Tesla when they make the announcement?
I did not know.
Maybe or you are the one that the investor that is keeps suing Elon Musk on for his decisions. Maybe
Could
you
be.
are.
Could be me. Yeah.
Are you coming to Vegas, John?
I don't have a ticket or anything yet. I maybe could
Well,
if you
come. Everything is included. Come. It's gonna come support. Come support the team. We love that.
All right, yeah. Let me talk to my wife and see if we got coverage on things back here at the house, and if it's all good, I'll book a ticket.
Why, your wife also does the pre-market show that you have to cover for her?
We have these things called children, Andrew, and a dog and some other stuff.
Yeah, you're
It's called
right.
adulting. You'll hit it someday, but you're not
I
quite there.
know. I think I'm working on it. Carlos also shared the screen in the chat room. You you called adulting. I love that.
Citron Research with an ex post says pulling the top in software wasn't easy, but
All
every
right,
sector
so
was willing and
let's
truth
go
statement unless too much investors into
quickly say what it
Right.
is. Let me make this guy quiet. So, guys, we have Dr. Brett Steenbarger is coming. Dr. Brett Steenbarger is one of my favorite people in the world, and he's such a great speaker. He's such a great presenter. He's such a great educator, and he's such a great, psychologist. And he has a lot of books. Become your own daily trading coach is probably one of the best books that you can buy. And now he just published a new book called. His new book is called Positive Thinking in Trading Psychology. So I read the book, is really good. And I actually, I got an advanced version. It's not out yet. But so that would be his, Carlos, go for the screen. That would be his topic of conversation. He has actually a presentation today about it. And then we can actually have any questions, stuff, we can answer that as well. So he's gonna come in 10 minutes, but before that, I just want to quickly did the trades that we did today. I did record my screen today because I want to have some really good recent examples for money show in Vegas. So what we did today was let me see a pen. Where is pen? Where is my pen? Oh, here. So what we did today was again had a really big nice market access order at 193. We went long to get that breakout, but we eventually got to stop that. We did come close to 193 break of high today, but it got stopped out. And then we came back up, both Brian and I long added more, and we did that break of 193. And I do have the screenshots on that. After that, we just got out of it. Market really sold off. We were thinking of getting, buying on the previous day close because that's usually an area that you can potentially get a reversal on NVDA, but it never really hit the previous day close, so we missed that rally. Another trade was Tesla. Obviously, Tesla, we wanted to get a really nice opening range breakout. Tesla was really clear on market atlas for 1 minute opening range breakout. So I did trade it, I think, twice through TSLL. So I went long one time here, but it was kind of a little bit extended. So came down, I went long again, and we got this move out of it for a very decent profit this morning. And TQQ was another just boredom trade that when it hit that S4 on TQQ. So we went long here. So this is S4. So you can actually see it in this chart. So this is the S4. We went long, but quick pop, and then we sold it. And after that, it came down. So that was a quick trade. And in total, we got into about $27,000 profit, which was nice. Brian, how was your day?
No, it was a good day. You covered the NVIDIA trade, caught that at the open. And yeah, my biggest regret on the day was I shorted the SPY around 950, and I don't know why I got stopped out of it. I was worried it was going to pop back up. but that was really just the start of the sell-off. I think there was maybe one or two comments in the room that some people were thinking there was still buying on the SPY, so it kind of scared me out of the trade. But yeah, what a drop today on the markets. Wow. But overall, good day. Another green day. And we've traded that one bounce we got just off of S4 on the key on the SPY. Yeah, there's a bunch of options. There's a hedge wall around 69.40. We're below it now, but we may come above it by the end of the day.
Did Andrew become a
We're
good
well,
man?
we're yeah, we're well below in the 1 day implied move. So SPY's bouncing back again. Yeah, I think we may go back. We might go back green on the SPY and the Qs. He's thinking, or maybe yeah, maybe his maybe his feed is frozen. There we go. There goes the Qs. We're green. I think we're going to go green on the SPY. I just went long a little few call options on the SPY, 691s. Going to sell some here. Yeah, Tesla bounced off. Tesla bounced right up 420, eh? That's hilarious. Okay, I'm going to sell some more SPY calls here. That was good. Anyone anybody catch that? That was a nice lower high pullback. I should say higher low, sorry. Higher low on the SPY and the Qs. Okay, the Qs are at the VWAP now, so I'm going to sell the rest of these. These 691 options, they expire today. So there's 0 DTE. All right, so wow, okay, we're going to break through on the Qs to the VWAP. Wow, NVIDIA is rallying back to yesterday's high too right now. this was a great trading day.
Yeah, that was a great trading day. It's really, really nice.
Wow, this is this is the kind of day that that's great for day trading. You get these real outsized moves. I know Thor, one of our moderators, he shorted. I think he was short the ES almost right from the open. He shorted around R4, and he caught a lot of that move down. He probably made the most of all of us today. Yeah, people talking about snow in the room. I wasn't watching it. What did it do? I think Snow had earnings, didn't they? A big sell-off. PLTR also struggling. Yeah, I don't know if he made 120K, but because Thor doesn't usually take huge positions. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, he definitely got his R4 to S4 move. He loves these full range moves.
Sorry. All right, so I see Dr. Brett is actually online. Dr. Brett, can you hear us? Good morning. Well, give us a few minutes. Carlos, we need the camera of Dr. Brett, potentially full screen if you can. And also, Dr. Brett, have the presentation PowerPoint if you can share the screen. I can stop
Yeah.
my screen.
Well, I can
Yep.
stop my screen. I'll,
Um, yeah,
yeah, I'll
please, if you
stop
can
my
stop your screen
screen.
as well.
Yeah.
Carlos, do you have us? Is
Yep.
Carlos?
I have him. I have you, Dr. Brez. So let me show you. I have your audio. You want to just say something?
I can say something.
There you go. Good to see you.
Good to see you also.
Good to see you, Dr. Brett. Dr. Brett, did you share your screen as well? So because I know you have a presentation.
Yes, I wasn't sure if you were going to share it on your end or if you wanted me to share it.
I can do either, whatever that is more comfortable for you.
Yeah, if you could do it on your end, that would be
We
great.
have it. It's up already.
Okay,
We have it.
perfect. Oh, perfect. And Carlos, this is recorded, obviously, yes, because we want to publish it later. Well, good morning, Dr. Brett. Thank you so much for your time. You are one of my favorite people in trading community because you're a trader, you're an amazing author. I'm an author myself, and I see really, really amazing book. I see, this author is amazing. You're an excellent speaker and educator, and of course, you're a psychologist. So very little overlap we have in the world about that. And thank you so much for feeling always open to share your knowledge with the trading community. I know you have a new book publishing soon. I've read the advanced edition. Is really nice, and I'm super excited to introduce this through you to our community. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you very much, Andrew. It's a pleasure and an honor to be part of the community today.
So yeah, what's the book about?
Yeah. By the way, I'm being joined by a little friend, and this is a chocolate point Siamese kitten who doesn't let me go online without her involvement. Anyway, so the book is called Positive Trading Psychology, and it's the application of what's known as positive psychology to what we do as traders. In the presentation, I'll talk more about positive psychology, but basically it's taking trading psychology and standing it on its head instead of looking at all, all the things we do wrong and all the mistakes we make and the fear and the greed and the FOMO, it's looking at our strengths, what we do well, and how we can grow those strengths and apply them to our trading.
Dr. Brett, you didn't, how do you mean, like, for example, personal, positive aspects in life and make it toward trading? Like, for example, I'm an Everest climber. Like we have a lot of people that have really other, strength in their personal life. What do you mean that moving it toward trading? How can they move this to that? This seems completely unrelated.
Yeah, it does seem unrelated. And please excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. But there's something about the process of climbing a mountain that speaks to you, that appeals to you. And somehow, some way, we have to figure out what it is about that process and bring it to trading. If the trading draws upon the same talents that you have, the same skills that you have, the same values and interests that you have as, as the climbing, then you're going to pursue trading with the greatest passion and perform at your best.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has, everybody has something in their system that's in their work that they're trying to move toward that. And if they look at that process of their other successes that they have in life and look at that in the lens of trading, you can do that. For me, definitely, like climbing big mountains, I was doing it before trading, and I did climb the 8,000 meters at the peak of my trading skills as well. And I really see the process of preparation, process of climatization, which is like a simulator trading going up and down, and then process of push and final summit is very similar to trading. It's a different time scale. You're climbing Everest is in 2 months, but learning trading is like a 2-year journey. Dr. Brett, in your book, you talk about building psychological wealth, and it's one of the really nice terms that people really think about the financial wealth mostly, but having psychological wealth, that having this strength-based development and meaning in work and sustainable performance. How can people build a wealth in the psychological aspect?
Yeah, and we'll be getting into this actually in the presentation. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Sorry, do you want to go through the slides? Sorry, am I jumping over as a podcast slide? But would you like to go? I think it's best you go through the slides.
Yeah, why don't we go to the slides and I'll address some of this, and then any part of the question about psychological wealth that I don't address, please, bring it right up.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I wasn't sure that maybe I jumped a little bit too early.
Yes, you're climbing the mountain fast.
Yes. All right, so over to you for your presentation.
Okay, very good. Now, do you have it up on the screen?
Yes, people can see it. It's the first slide right now. The title and with your name and your website. You can.
Okay. Yeah, so there's my name, and that is the URL for my blog, Trader Feed, traderfeed.blogspot.com. And just about every day, I'm posting something about markets and something about psychology. And in this presentation and in the book that's coming out at the end of this month, what we're really talking about is how we can turn our personal strengths into trading strengths. And that's really the essence of positive psychology, is leveraging the best of who we are. So if we go to the next slide, there's the cover of the book, and the emphasis is on learning from what we do well. So let's take a look at the next slide, the positive paradigm. A key idea here is what's known as a solution focus. In a solution focus, we don't focus solely on our problems. We look at the exceptions to those problems. When are those problems not occurring? Because when our problems are not occurring, that quite likely is a time when we're doing things the right way. So we often find our solutions when our problems don't occur. Let's say that I do a good job of sizing positions. I do a good job of managing my risk. I do a good job of finding a unique opportunity. We want to learn from our successes. How did I do that? Because if we study and study and study and study what we did right, we eventually come up with our own best practices. The idea here is that we're cultivating our strengths, developing the best of who we are and what we do. Now, one aspect of the positive paradigm is that we don't just set goals. You know, people review their trading, they set a goal, but the question is not just the goal. The question is your vision. What are you trying to accomplish in your life through trading? Goals can help direct us. They're necessary, but it's the vision that we have that inspires us. And so we want to be connected to what trading is all about for us. What are we trying to develop? And that motivates us, whether the P&L is on the positive side or the negative side. And finally, the issue of actually leading your life. One of the things I talk about early in the book is that you are the entrepreneur of your life. Your life is your venture. You are the entrepreneur. You are the leader of your life. How good a job are you doing at leading your life, at being your life's entrepreneur? That means you not only have to have visions, but you have to have ways of putting them into practice that leverage your strengths and the best of what you do. All too often, we get caught up in markets and we cope from day to day and hour to hour, and we lose sight of the bigger picture of what we're really trying to achieve through our trading. So let's go to the next slide. And this is a little exercise that I ask people to do based on a categorization of strengths known as the VIA, or values in action. There are 6 big categories of personality strengths. And by the way, this is the positive psychology equivalent of DSM. DSM is the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual that lists or categorizes psychological disorders, mental illnesses. This is a categorization scheme for mental health and well-being, our most positive qualities. So we have wisdom, which includes creativity, curiosity, and love of learning. We have courage, bravery, honesty, perseverance. We have humanity, kindness and love, our social intelligence, justice, our sense of fairness, our leadership, our teamwork, temperance, which means humility, self-regulation, self-control, prudence, and finally, transcendence, gratitude, spirituality, hope, larger overarching values. So you see here the 6 categories, and there are 3 listed for each of the 6. And I would just ask you, as part of this exercise, to identify the 3 strengths, the 3 specific strengths out of the 18 that are listed, the 3 strengths that are most associated with your successful trading. And then identify your next 3. So really, you're identifying your top 6 strengths. Your first 3, which are known in the psychology research as your signature strengths. And the second 3, which we might call latent strengths. So for me, for example, my top 3 strengths would be creativity, spirituality, and probably love. So the question then becomes, for me, if I'm working on my trading, how do I draw upon those strengths in my trading process? Because if my trading process doesn't draw upon who I am at my best, what my greatest strengths are, am I really going to be as successful as I would want to be? So give some thought. Your first 3 strengths, your second 3 strengths. How does your trading actively make use of those strengths? And if your trading doesn't make use of those strengths, what might be some ways that you could change your process so that you're doing more of what speaks to you? So let's look at the next slide, the research on our strengths. One interesting finding in the psychological research is that overutilizing our strengths, making too much use of those signature strengths, creates vulnerabilities, creates weaknesses. So, for example, I might have a strength of intellectual curiosity, but if I overutilize that, I'm spending so much time generating ideas and doing research that I don't necessarily get down to the details of managing my positions and managing my risk. A second finding is that growth, our personal growth, occurs often through our latent strengths, our secondary strengths, and developing them into more of those signature strengths. So take a look at your second 3, and we might think about how could you leverage one or more of those to improve what you do in trading. And then there's the issue of teamwork. And this is extremely relevant to all of you as part of a community, because the research tells us that we can grow from the strengths of others. That by teaming up with others, collaborating, working together, by drawing on their best practices, and they draw on our best practices, we all become better. So we can absorb strengths from those we work closely with. There's an exercise I've written about called the sine wave exercise, where you literally draw sine waves, curves up and down. And the peaks of the sine waves represent the peak moments, peak experiences of your life, the occasions when you were happiest, most fulfilled, most successful. And the bottom of those waves, the valleys, represent your lowest periods in life, when things went worst for you. A useful adaptation of this sine wave exercise is to take a look at the peaks and identify from those VIA strengths what strengths were expressed in those peak experiences. And then in the valleys, to identify what strengths were missing in those most negative experiences of your life. Very often we see patterns in our life to the peaks. We see patterns to the valleys. And if we learn about those patterns, then we can do more with the peaks and we can deal better with those valleys. If we look at the next slide, Martin Seligman is a psychologist and probably the best known researcher in the area of positive psychology. And his formula for our positive development is known as PERMA, and then he added one, so he calls it PERMA Plus. PERMA starts with positive emotion. In other words, we maximize our happiness, our sense of meaning, engagement, being actively involved with people and activities that are important to us, relationships, close personal relationships, meaning, doing things not only that are fun, that are enjoyable, that bring us close to people, but that speak to our values, that are meaningful to us. And finally, the A is accomplishments, that we're engaged in all of these relationships, these positive experiences, things that are meaningful, but what comes out of it? We maximize our psychological well-being when we have tangible accomplishments that we can feel good about. And that might be in our trading, that might be in our personal life, and that might be in other areas of work that we do. Now, the plus to the PERMA is physical well-being and health. It turns out that if we work on all those 5 qualities, the 5 PERMA categories, if we don't have a good amount of physical well-being, if we don't have energy, then we don't operate at our best. Our physical well-being and our health is the engine that provides the energy for all those other 5 categories. A useful exercise is to take a look at each day, at each week in your life, and ask yourself, what activities did I do that created positive emotional experience, that actively engaged in things that were important to me, that developed my relationships, that were meaningful to me, that accomplished something, and that gave me energy. In other words, you can review your life day to day, week to week, to see if you're really firing on all of the PERMA Plus cylinders. So in the next slide, let's take a look at positive psychology and trading. We want to think of trading process, how we do what we do as traders, as an expression of our strengths, what we do well. all too often, traders, particularly developing traders, try to imitate the trading processes of others, but those do not necessarily speak to their strengths. What you want to do is develop an approach to trading that makes the most out of those VIA categories that we took a look at. And I'll mention a personal example in just a minute. Perma trading, our states determine what we process. Some really interesting research has been done about how positive mindsets literally expand our vision. We see more and we can put more together when we are in a positive state. So if our trading processes express the best of who we are, and if in our lives we're doing the things that fire on those cylinders that we talked about, then we're likely to be trading when we're most energized, when we're most positive, and we're going to see patterns much better. We're going to be able to act and react much quicker as the result of our positive psychology. In the research I've done with the people I work with in markets, and by the way, all my work is with hedge funds, especially right now. I work with what are known as multi-strats. These are large hedge funds that are trading multiple strategies across multiple geographic areas and multiple markets. And when I first started working full-time at a hedge fund, it was Tudor, you might be familiar with that fund, we conducted research on what makes traders successful. And it turned out that some of the most important strengths, some of the most important success factors in markets among portfolio managers were the cognitive strengths: creativity, focus, intuition. The best traders had quite a bit of intellectual curiosity, and they had quite a bit of creativity. They were able to see things uniquely, put trades together uniquely. They talked with many different people and gained access to different perspectives before they formulated their own views. And they found it stimulating and exciting to do their own research, to talk to many people, to put lots of pieces of information together to come up with a view. We also found the importance of interpersonal strengths, that the capacity for teamwork ended up being very, very important. The ability to learn from people, to learn with people. This is why the creation of teams within hedge funds is so, so, so important. It's important to work with people, as I say, who are better than you in some area. You want everyone you team up with to be really good at something and something different from what you're good at. And then you collaborate, and everyone is bringing their experience to the table. Everyone is bringing their talents to the table, and everyone is making everyone else better. And finally, the issue of positive trading reviews. And in your trading reviews, when you review your trade, let's say at the end of the week, you go over how you did, you want to focus on what you did not do well and what you could improve, but you also want to focus on what you did very well and how you did that well and how you could build upon that. The positive trading reviews focus also on what you did well. And you're trying to build upon that. Many times when a trader keeps a journal, what do they write down? They write down all the ways in which they messed up during the week, all the things they did wrong. You're using the review, yes, to correct your mistakes, but also to identify, okay, what did I do well? And how did I do that? And how am I going to do more of it? And how am I going to get better and better and better by being more and more of the successful trader I already am? So in the next slide, the idea here is that our trading shapes our psychology. Many times, trading psychologists talk about how we can improve our trading by improving our emotional life, by improving our state of mind. But in fact, trading the right way improves our psychology. So we want to have a robust process for generating ideas, discovering patterns in markets. We want to have a process for translating those ideas into actual trades, utilizing our feel for the markets and what's going on right here and now. We want to use our experience to size positions reasonably so that we limit our risk and make the most from the rewards of our positions. The ability to update risk and reward as a position moves for us, against us. Are we adding? Are we taking profits? Knowing what to do in the heat of the moment with our position. And I'll have something to say about that in a second. And finally, diversification, balancing risks and rewards. The successful trader has many different ways of making money because there are always very many different types of markets. And so they have ways of making money in choppy markets, low volatility markets. They have ways of making money in impulse markets, in momentum markets that are trending. They have different ways of approaching different market conditions. My most recent blog post talks about this. And so they're diversified in terms of how they approach markets, how they succeed. One of the things I have found with very successful traders is that what they do to get into positions, to begin a position in an idea, is different from what they do to get big in that position. In other words, they'll put on an initial small position and they have a pretty wide stop for that. And then as they see that the trade is starting to go their way, let's say we start breaking out of a range, they will be very quick to get big in that trade, in that idea. And the piece that they get big in has a tight stop. So let's say we break out of a range, we think the market's going higher, we break out of the range to the upside, we get big, and it falls back into the range, we quickly stop out. So there is this interesting combination of aggressive pursuit of opportunity and tight risk management. Similarly, when the position is going their way, they have a plan, they have a process for scaling out. They take some profits quickly, and then they let other parts of the position go a little further, take profits a little further, let another piece go even further. But they have a whole strategy for getting out of positions. The idea here is that the effective trading is planned. It's not reactive. And the plans are based upon what we do well, so that we're not making impulsive, reactive decisions that undermine the best of what we do. And finally, last slide, in conclusion, here's a quote from Ayn Rand. Back in the day, I studied with a philosophical group, a philosophy group, that was headed by Ayn Rand, a novelist philosopher. And what she says is to love money is to know and love the fact that money is the creation of the best power within you. And it's your passkey to trade your effort for the effort of the best among men. What that means is that out of the desire to succeed, we draw upon our greatest qualities, but we also share the greatest qualities of those we work with. And that's the power of community. That's the power of teamwork. The big, 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 big question is trading making you a better person? When we trade poorly, when we get caught up in fear and greed and impulsivity, it's making us a worse person. If we're trading by leveraging our strengths and by creating teamwork that draws upon the strengths of others, then suddenly trading is making us a better person. So with that, I'll be very happy to take questions, comments, put downs, whatever you want to come up with.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Brett. It was amazing. Like, I really enjoyed that. For me, in the strength that you mentioned, love of learning was one of them, but also love of education. Like, I always wanted to educate, teach. I was a teacher in Iran after finished my high school. I was teaching all the way before the last day that I actually got my plane and came to Canada. I was a chemistry teacher in Iran. I loved it. And when I started trading, it somehow, I wasn't aware of it, turned that love of teaching into a blog post, started posting things, and maybe two people can come and read. And then the first version of my book, which was very simple, very, naive. And then that love helped me to become, a better trader. And I can really resonate it when you mentioned this.
Yeah, that's a great, great example, Andrew, because teaching is one way of processing information. When we teach something to another person, we're putting it into language that makes sense to us. And that cements the idea in our head. Some of the best ways, it's going to sound silly, some of the best ways to learn something is to teach it. Because in teaching it, we end up thinking about it in different ways, processing it in new ways, and it takes hold in our mind.
Yeah. I have one question about teamwork, and then I'll go ask a couple of questions from people. You did mention
Sure.
teamwork, but I personally grew up. I was second person in the family, this second oldest, and my cousins were always a little bit older than me, and I was always, on the side in the group, friends and everything. And I realized that every team game, I was always, you're stupid, you're making us lose and everything. So I get disgusted from teamwork, and I never really did any team sport, because I'm always the worst. And I really drawn to mountaineering and things that are single activity. And teamwork makes me like, I don't know, when people come into the community and they see, oh, this guy is making money, this guy is good, this guy is good. There is element of disappointment in there. How can they work on it? That the community and a team, like in the prop firm, the successful traders don't become a source of jealousy or disappointment or that kind of thing. to yourself, and but rather use it as something to grow.
Yes, yes. And what you described in your childhood was, they looked at things hierarchically, who's better than who. And so you can't really team with people on that basis. Now, if you're in a trading community, and let's say you do a month, everyone does a monthly review, everyone did something well this past month. Okay. Well, what was your best practice? What did you do well? How did you do it? And let's have everyone share their best practice, their success with everyone else. Because if you just find each month, if you just find one thing that a community member did that could help you, and you do that month over month over month, wow, that's really compounding learning. That would be significant. So that would be one example of teamwork. But teamwork could occur every single day where people compare notes and research that they've done and their ideas about markets and help refine each other's ideas.
Michael is having a question in the chat room. You said that your strength or spirituality, love, and something else that he doesn't remember. How did you use these for trading? Or this was the first three, or was it the first second? I don't. How did you use those ones for growth?
Yes. Okay. So I mentioned my strengths, intellectual curiosity and spirituality and love. And so those are some of the reasons why trading is not my full-time activity. Because I teach in a medical school, I work as a psychologist, I have 5 kids and 7 grandkids and 4 rescue cats. There are many things that I do in my life that draw upon these strengths. And I found when I started trading, I really enjoyed it, and it was challenging, certainly, and stimulating, but it didn't meet my needs in other areas like being a psychologist does. So for me, I enjoy trading as an activity, a side activity, but not as my career, because there's not a perfect fit with the strengths. When I do trade, then working with other traders to use the trading to help each other grow and develop, that gets into some of that spirituality, some of that love and caring and concern that we're trying to help each other improve. And that makes the trading most meaningful for me.
I agree. I resonate to that. Like trading for me, just making money by itself has never been a true satisfaction. I really wanted because I came from a family of nothing, and I really wanted money at a young age. And then at some point recently, in the last couple of years, I've been going through this crisis that okay, I made it. But the idea of teaching and learning and building a new tool, a new, creating a new way of looking at the markets with true, depth of market, these has been things that keep me going, not because another $5,000 in my account or
Right.
every day.
Yeah, many of the very successful hedge fund managers are very involved in charities and social causes. And I think that's one of the reasons why. They're trading not just for their own wealth, because they have plenty of it now, but they're trading to do good in the world.
Yeah, and a lot of the people are asking these questions that, oh, if you're a good trader and make money, why do you teach, or why, but it's beyond that. They're hard to explain that why people try to, contribute their knowledge or build something on the side, either for profit or not for profit, because trading itself just doesn't give that spiritual, I don't know, calmness or one thing. What are another questions that someone asking, do psychologists make good traders? Because you know all of these, like your career, but do they make good traders as a group?
Just being a psychologist or even being a good psychologist, I don't think that guarantees that you're a good trader at all. I think trading has its own unique skills and talents that it requires. And not every psychologist is wired for the ups and downs of markets and trading. What being a psychologist helps with is understanding yourself and recognizing when you're getting in the way of your own trading. That does help. But again, to get back to our earlier point and your point about the mountain climbing, our trading process has to express what we do best, what we find most meaningful. So what I'm really good at is I can sit down with a person I don't know. They can start to tell me about their life. I can gather information. I can see patterns in their past, patterns in their present. I can see what's going wrong in their life, and I can understand ways in which they can change their patterns and have a better life. That is what I do as a therapist. That's what I do as a psychologist. It starts with sitting and listening, processing, understanding what this person is saying. When I take that approach with markets and just sit there and listen and process what the markets are doing, I can find the patterns and I can trade pretty well. When I start out with my own ideas, the market's going to go to hell in a handbasket because of the president and what he's doing. And when I get my own biases, my own ideas, that's when I trade at my worst.
Dr. Brett, there's a really good question coming from one of our traders. We quantify our trading skills and results, obviously, by equity curve and other journal and analytics. Is there a way to actually document the progress of your psychological strength? What's the best way to document this progress in your psychology?
Yeah, that's a great question. By keeping track of your journals. And if your journals are outlining what you did poorly and how you're going to improve, and what you did well and how you're going to expand it. So every weakness has a goal to correct. Every strength has a goal to expand. Then you keep your journals and you can say, all right, back in January, I wanted to expand these strengths. Here I am mid-year at the end of June. Did I accomplish that? Can I document that in my monthly journals? So the monthly journals become a tool of accountability. It's why many portfolio managers at hedge funds want to meet with me monthly, because they're using the meetings with me to keep themselves accountable.
Amazing. You have one book, Dr. Brett, that I really, really, really want everybody to read that. I have multiple books, but the ones that is my favorite is The Daily Trading Coach.
Yeah.
101 Lessons to Become Your Own Trading Psychologist. And that's one of the most fascinating books that I've ever read in any trading topics. I listened to the audiobooks, but I also got the paperback because I really wanted to make the notes. I really, really think every trader in the world should read that book. It's 101 simple things that you can do every day. I mean, not all of them in one day, but it's breaks down. How did you come up to? I can't believe how you wrote that book. Everybody should read that book. It's I think it's published back in I think 20. I don't remember when what published.
A little while ago. Yes. But those are all techniques taken from psychology, research-backed psychology, and applied to the trading world. And as you point out, Andrew, the goal here is to become your own trading coach, to become your own trading psychologist. Ideally, if someone comes to me with a trading problem, I don't want them to hire me and use me as a trading coach week after week, month after month. I would like to show them techniques that they can learn and they can use to coach themselves, and then they won't need that. So I put myself out of a job.
I have one last question, Dr. Brett. You did mention about change and adapting to the different environment. Why yourself hasn't been adapted to the new world? Why do you still have a blog spot website?
That's so
Why?
funny.
Why are you? Why? So you have another book that is amazing, spirituality. Then you publish it as a blog, but you didn't publish it as a book. I asked you even give me the permission to publish it because that's an amazing book. But you said no. Why don't you adapt to the new world?
Yeah, I work, excuse my screen, my cat is playing with it. I work 3 different jobs. My day starts at 4 in the morning and goes into the evening, literally every single day. And so I have to prioritize what's important to me. And that always has ended up on the back burner and probably shouldn't. But I'm so busy keeping up with markets, so busy doing my work, teaching at a medical school, so busy taking care of family responsibilities that I've taken the path of least resistance. And so I'm guilty as charged, Andrew.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Of course, that was a joke. I mean, your blog or website is amazing. There's a lot of educational content. There's a lot of things. There's a book in there that Dr. Brett didn't publish in a very standard, typical thing. I asked even my team to go through the website and download all the book and then create a PDF for me because I wanted to read it on a format. I didn't want to go through the blog post, and they did it for me. Of course, I'm not publishing it anywhere, but it's just
That's right.
amazing. I highly recommend,
It's
guys.
called Radical Renewal.
Radical Renewal. Yes.
That's the name of the online book. Yeah. And it's free. Yeah. It's on my website, on the blog post site. Yeah. Another way that you can use the blog is just Google any trading psychology topic and then say trader feed. So you Google, I don't know, FOMO, and then trader feed, and it'll come up with all of the blog posts that I've written over the years related to FOMO and how to deal with that. So it's a easy, simple, free tool.
Thank you so much for making it for our trading community. We're really grateful, and I really enjoyed reading the new book, and I also really enjoyed the presentation. You're really a gem for trading community. Thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for connecting me with the community. And any way I could be a support during the remainder of the year, let me know. If you need tips on trading silver, I'll be happy to help out.
When the new book is going to be published, Dr. Brett?
Right at the end of this month. Yeah, the end of February.
Well, congratulations. One last question, trading related. The CME group now introduced single stock futures trading by the summer. Do you think that impacts the price action in the stock market in the intraday? Or do you see big changes coming?
You don't know. It depends how quickly it takes up. In the futures market, potentially it would give a tool for significant leverage, just as stock index futures have done. And so you could see people leveraging positions in the most popular names, and that really expanding participation, which would expand volatility. Volume and volatility are highly correlated. So anything that generates a lot of volume for a particular stock should show up in terms of activity and big moves, and it could be a real opportunity for day traders.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I do believe that it increases the volatility as well to make it better for us.
Very good.
Thank you so much again. I appreciate that. Have a good afternoon or still morning there. Yeah.
Yes, soon to be afternoon. Thank you so much for having me, Andrew, and best of luck going forward.
You as well. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. So that was an amazing conversation. I hope that we're gonna post the recording of this onto YouTube. So for those of you who want to watch it again, or you want to later get more information from it. So I see Thor, you're coming. I'm gonna hand it over to Thor. Again, Dr. Brett, thanks so much, and all the best. See you guys tomorrow morning.
Hey, good to see everybody. Welcome, welcome. Glad to see everybody today. We have only a few minutes really to hang out and kind of go through everything we've been going through. So I thought I would talk to y'all and see a little bit. Before I get going on, one thing I'd like to point out, so if you're looking for trading psychology and you want to learn it from a credible source, Bear Bull Traders has that source, right? Right inside of Bear Bull Traders, right? And that source is Dr. V, right? Dr. V is a professional trader who is also a PhD'd psychologist, right? So this is one of the big benefits to coming to Bear Bull Traders and coming to this show on Wednesdays when we don't have other people on, or going to Market Alchemist to do our mentoring community, right? We have one of the best right here for you to learn from every single day. So if you really enjoyed today's psychology segment and you're really looking to expand on that with a credentialed PhD who is also a trader, right, then I think then you should definitely be coming by BBT. We have Back to the Futures, which is going to be starting at 12 with Dr. V, right? And then of course we have Thursday night mentorings with me. I'm also in Peak Capital trading 3 times a week, right? But because one of the things, someone asked, do you think trading helps psychologists? But I only know of one. So now talking about trading psychologists, let's go ahead and keep talking about Dr. V. I started working with Dr. V a year ago. After working with Dr. V starting a year ago, I was having trouble with too much protector in my life. I couldn't scale. I couldn't get bigger. I couldn't put more risk on. I'm showing you a trade that I took on ES today, right? If you look at my X, I called a squeeze and short on the market today, right? And we went ahead and shorted R6 on ES when it failed. I took 5 full-size contracts of ES and mirrored them across all of my accounts today, right? So this right here is what you would see as a 15.5K trade, mirrored. The size that I put on and the ability for me to perform and take these trades is directly a result of working with Dr. V, right? And her helping me with my trading brain, right? So that I can become the best trader that I've really ever been. I've had a system that's been working for years, but I could not grow because I couldn't put size on, right? So so for me, I think if you're going to focus on that, BBT has what you need right here. If you want to work with me privately or Dr. V privately, again, you can go to our personal website. We have a mentoring community, right? Market Alchemists, right? And check that out. But I really wanted to come in and kind of wrap that up, right? And just kind of come in and say, like, psychology is so important. It was really good to hear Brent talk about so many of those points. You know what I mean? And it's really good to hear that perspective. And that's why you need to be coming by Back to the Futures. If you're a Bear Bull Traders, you can learn about futures and work on your psychology, right? Peak Capital, Dr. V is in Peak Capital doing multiple sessions, right? So we've got what you need right here in Bear Bull Traders, right? So good to see everybody. I'm glad you liked the trade. I hope you all, this is the only trade I took today. So V actually messaged me because we were, and she also shorted in Q and had a similar trade. So good stuff, right? Nice, Chris. Good job, brother. Right, you hit it, man. I believe you're one of the best scalpers out there, man. I think you should start pushing it too. Your success has been going for too long. I think you should keep pushing too, brother. Like I've seen you doing this for like 5 years. I've seen you consistently making money day after day after day. I think it is your turn also, my friend. Right? So I trade with both, all of the above. I'm actually using multiple accounts. So I use my personal accounts and prop accounts in conjunction with each other. All right. No, I'm serious, man. I'm serious. Right. So, Chris, for reals, man, we only got a few minutes, so I don't have time to talk about a lot of stuff, but I really think you've got it, dude. I look forward to hanging out when you come to Florida. But you know me, I'm not like one of those people that claims like my system's the only one who's going to work. I know people make it work with their systems. And, I've seen you here long enough. I've seen you go through so much hardship in your life, right? That I think like I think you've gone through it. I think you're strong enough, you're capable enough. I just think you should do this shit. You know what I mean? Like it is time, man. It's time to ascend to your throne, King. You know what I mean? Get it done. So let me let me oh yeah, this one was on all of my accounts. So here's why I took it short. So first thing, unemployment numbers came in low. A lot of people immediately think that's going to equal a bullish market. You would be wrong. So I do have the benefit of having traded for about the better part of a decade at this point, like 8.5 years, almost 9 years, right? And what I've come to realize is that when employment numbers are low now, it means they're going to be higher later, right? Which means we're going to have more layoffs in the future because there were not enough layoffs in the past, right? So the market is actually going to read the lower employment numbers as a signal to sell against the industrial, right? Because we're expecting more layoffs next quarter, right? Which means we're going to have lower spending in the future, and we have hit the climax of our spending today. Very few people, and you can see where I posted on my X account today that I'm looking for a large failure today, right? So when the news came out, we bought, and look when we bought. If my buying and selling detector shows you, we immediately climaxed the market on the buy. So in pre-market, we already blew out our buyers, way too much buying in the pre-market. We then offered higher throughout the entire pre-market on declining volume. So when we opened, went right into the level and stuffed, we went into a sell right off the gate. No volume at the open. We stuffed our six. So when we came and held up there, I went short. My stop went above high a day. Everybody, I risked about $800, maybe $1,000 at most on this trade. It was probably more around like $800, right, to get into this trade. And I made over 15K on it because I got out when it lost its downtrend and the buying and selling detector switched to buying. So my exit signal on this was that my buying and selling detector went into buying, right? I broke the top line and started buying. So I went out, and look at the reversal that happened as soon as my detector said we were buying. Right there, boom, out. It's not been a big reversal, but sure enough, we reoffered our 3. Right? So now we're actually staying and buying. We're just now starting to sell again here. So, and we likely run this out. When I'm holding this much position, I can't stay in, right? So that's the day for today. Only about 10. We had peak capital, nailed it today. We were short Microsoft. We were short, we were in Meta. MU is doing some funky things, man. Peak capital, we loaded peak capital today. Whoever's running the funded accounts, get ready for numbers, right? Because we had people running 9R, 10R positions on Microsoft and peak capital today. Right. So, I mean, it was a good day. We had a really good read and we played the junk out of it. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Good trading, and I will see you all on Friday. I won't be here tomorrow because I have some personal stuff to take care of. So I will see you all Friday. Keep it green, people. Much love. Bye.